All right, yo. We are fucking live. It's Kicking It with Kist. You guys already know what it is. I'm your host. I know I've been slacking. I've been fucking super busy, but that ain't no excuse. You know, I'm trying to put out as much content as I can with the podcast. So I'm going to get back to it. Just work with me. But without further ado, I'm here today with my boy, Jeff Mainhardt. What's going on?
You good?
Yeah. It's good to have you in the building, G.
Hell yeah, good to be here.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm glad you came on. So what the fuck is new with you?
Man, not much. Started a new job a few months ago. Other than that, I mean,
Hell yeah.
had that strongman competition. That was fun.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Why I mean, because we both go to the same gym. I don't know if you just go. Is Crunch the only gym you go to?
I see you sometimes
training at some other places.
Yeah, when I was prepping for the competition, the gym that was hosting it every Saturday would have like little training sessions and whatnot. So I'd jump up over there.
Nice.
$10 a visit. I mean, not bad for a day.
No, yeah, that's not bad.
Especially with the different equipment. it's fun. Changes things up.
Sometimes it's not, because it can get boring. Like we were just talking about with doing a new exercise and shit like that.
Yep.
Like switching to a new gym can almost give you that reboot, that kickstart.
Exactly.
Something new, something fresh, so you're a little bit more ambitious towards it and whatnot.
Definitely, especially more like a hardcore gym.
Yeah.
Because like Crunch is great. It's got everything I need.
Yep.
Like I'm not being picky, but to get somewhere where everybody like the energy is just different when everyone's there for the same purpose.
Especially if you're training, with motherfuckers that are doing the strongman competition.
Yeah, shit, it's different. And the community is great. Because, like, you go to Crunch and everyone's, like, off doing their own thing and that. Like, you go to those other gyms, like, I don't even listen to music. Like, you're talking to people. Like,
it's more of a bonding thing.
Yeah, it's great.
That's what's different with, like, when you're training with purpose as opposed to, like, people who just work out, to be in shape or whatever and whatnot. Like, it's obviously good working out, period. But, like you said, either with that or even when with the boxing, like, when I was going to the boxing gym, like, you bond with the people there.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Because, like you said, you're not just fucking there with the headphones in, just working out. You're talking to this guy, you're getting tips from that person, you're catching up with that person, you're watching somebody.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's nice. Like you said, you build a bond.
I mean, you played sports in high school. We played football together. It's that same deal where it's like you got a common goal. And it's competitive because in weightlifting, everything's independent.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to see everybody do well.
Exactly.
Like.
Yeah. So how did you get into that?
So, honestly, like, when I was, like, 12, I remember watching, like, the World's Strongest Man competition on ESPN.
Yeah.
And I was mind-blown, bro. I was like, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, like what?
I was like, man, I want to get here one day. And it's like
people get famous for this? Like, it's on TV?
Yeah, I was like,
be
dude.
on there. Yep.
And then, I mean, anytime you see someone pick up 800-900 pounds, it's
those
like...
they are...
The
I remember
weights
the first
are
time I
absurd.
seen one on TV, like one of those strongman competitions, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, these guys are animals.
Yeah.
Different breed.
And then, I mean, I was never able to really gain weight, so, I mean, as I got older, I would never really thought about pursuing it.
Yeah.
But then, like, getting into working out, there's different weight classes and everything, so it is very open to everybody.
Yeah.
So I looked around there's a gym at 15 in Dodge Park that recently closed, Motor City Iron, that had a bunch of equipment. So I was like, I'm going to start coming here.
Yeah.
Found a competition a couple years ago in Illinois that I went to. And, I mean, it was fun, but there wasn't much local.
Yeah.
So that kind of did get in the way of me wanting to, like, pursue it any further because it's like I'm not going to drive 5-6 plus hours.
It makes it kind of a burden,
Yeah. But, yeah, then I saw this one in Detroit. I was like, shit, why not?
Hell yeah.
So, because again, it gives a purpose to the training. Like, I've been working out just to be stronger for so long.
A target, a goal.
Exactly.
You're trying to achieve something. Because, like, after a while, even for someone that's out of shape and getting into shape, like, starting out, you have that goal. Like, I want to get into
100%.
shape. And then when you get into shape, it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
And it's hard for some people to stay disciplined in that routine and whatnot because it can become dry.
Yeah.
So picking up something like that where you're like, all right, now I'm in shape. Now I'm going to shoot for strongman competitions.
Yep.
Or I'm going to do MMA or whatever. Maybe, train for this, train for that. So
definitely getting started. I mean, like you said, just getting in shape. Like that's the first goal for everybody probably who gets in the gym. And then after that, that's when people decide where to branch off to, whether it's going for strength, aesthetics, or cardio, something more like just movement based, where like MMA, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's great because I love seeing people get better. That first stage is the best stage because it's the hardest stage to get into. The decision, the guy trying to lose weight who's like, I don't want people to stare at me.
Like when I see people at the gym, like that are 100+ pounds overweight or whatever, like, and that are getting after it, I'm like, man,
right?
That's a brave motherfucker,
dude. And that's almost more motivational than dude picking up 900 pounds.
The jacked guy that did exactly, because you almost expect it.
Yeah, it's like, this guy does this. That other dude, like you. It's a hard step to take because one, accepting you have a problem, or could be better, not even have a problem, but I mean, just be healthier.
Exactly.
And starting from scratch. Not everyone played sports in high school where they had like a baseline of what to do.
Yeah.
So
getting to the gym can be fucking, for the first time, can give you even if you're not a person with anxiety, like it just can be overwhelming. Oh yeah. Like where do you even start? You know?
There's so many machines, so much everything. It's like.
And you're seeing, and everybody, like me and you, are avid gym goers. So it's like we go in there, we know what's what, we know where we're going, we know what we're doing. So it's like for guys like us, and I mean, there's some people. I'm a nice guy, I'm not a gym douche. So it's like I'm not gonna fucking, if I see someone that's new at the gym that's struggling, like even if they're on a machine that I might want to be on, like I'm not gonna be that guy that's fucking sitting there me mugging him or making comments under my breath like, what the fuck's this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if anything, maybe I can give out a pointer, if I see someone struggling, trying to help them. But it's tough for people to go into and then they're trying to just better themselves, and then they got to worry about people fucking coming behind them and, like I said, doing shit like that, impacting them in a negative way.
And shit, everyone's so afraid of people like watching them and like people gonna be staring. No. Trust me, people ain't staring.
No.
A couple of days ago, I was in the gym doing some dumbbell incline press.
Yeah.
Had 70 something, like 8-10 reps, get something good in, not kill myself though.
Hell yeah.
Fucking kick them up. For some reason, just rushed right into it. Like, didn't take a breath, didn't gather myself.
Yeah.
Passed out on my second rep with them, like, right here.
What?
Dude, woke up with them, like, just chilling on my thigh. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
You didn't even drop them?
No. Miraculously. I'm so glad I didn't. I would have felt terrible if someone got hurt. Yeah, that would have
been crazy.
But no one reacted.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking around, no one's even looking at me.
Because everybody's just doing their thing.
No one's watching you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. and even if, occasionally there might be some, but that's where you gotta, if you're going to the gym, you have to overcome that. You have to be able to just tunnel vision. Like for me personally, going to the gym, like working out, I got one friend, like Dylan, I go to the gym with him.
Okay.
And we'll go and like, it's more like a kind of like catching up, talking shit, we'll hit the sauna, hit the hot tub,
Definitely.
Get in some work, but it's not like when I go to the gym by myself. Like you see me, like when I'm at the crunch, like by myself with my headphones in, like
you're dialed in.
If I'm at the heavy bag and shit like that, like I'm not fucking worrying about what nobody else is doing but me. You know what I mean? And that's how you get like the best results, because you're only focused on what you're doing.
That tunnel vision, man. Like,
and it's hard to channel that.
It is, and that's kind of what makes music so great. Like I love working out by myself. Like, I work out with my brother sometimes, and it's great, like, someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Someone who I know can give me advice. Like, if I'm doing something off, he can kind of give me pointers.
Yup.
But when I'm by myself, earbuds in, just locked in, like, everything just feels just so much better. Mm-hmm. Like, more focused, like.
Yeah. And because there can be a lot of it's, if you don't have your own, they got the music playing in there, if you're a fucking guy, either way, there's fucking attractive women, attractive for girls, that are looking at guys, same thing. So it's like there's plenty of distractions. You got, like I said, the guy that's fucking on the squat rack that's fucking screaming in the gym and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's tough, but fucking you just got to channel that fucking. Everybody's got, like, I went through a phase where I mean, I took pre-workout for fucking years.
Man, I still do. I don't. Yeah. It's not something I'd say people need to take.
Yeah.
There are a few things in there beneficial, but I mean, it's not a necessity.
Yeah, no. There's some people that like can take. You know, there's and me. I liked it. Like, I didn't have no problem with it, and I was just like, maybe I was like, you know what? Just tried like seeing if I could go without it because I was like I felt like I was dependent on it.
I know
if
what
I
you
would
mean.
Go to the gym and like it wasn't in my bag, I'm like, fuck.
It's almost ritualistic at this.
You know
point.
what I mean?
Like I'm gonna work out. Gotta get my pre-workout
without it.
Yeah.
So, but I tried. Actually, I started microdosing mushrooms.
I've done that. Well, not quite much. A little more than a microdose.
Yeah.
I've taken like a gram, gone and worked out.
Really?
Dog.
Really?
The feeling, bro. Like,
yeah.
Because it's not too much when you're tripping. You're still just like really just high.
Yeah.
And
just a little bit vibrant.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And I was doing bench, and I'm working out by myself, and I laid down to start benching, and I just start getting the giggles. I was like, I just sit up. I was like, gather. You're in public, bro.
Yeah,
like
right.
you got to gather yourself.
Well, at least you didn't. It wasn't enough to work because some people they start to fucking freak out.
Oh yeah, no, I was so chill.
Like all people are looking.
The mind muscle mind muscle connection is crazy.
Yeah,
like I was feeling it where I should feel it. If the weight felt a little heavier, but it felt better.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. The workout, like, you know what you're
working.
Try
that. The gram. Like I said, I'm usually just like a 0.3.
Yeah, I mean,
4.
I'm not. That's probably better.
Yeah.
Like straight up, like.
Yeah. Well, because it's sometimes like I've had the times where I've microdosed without a scale and overindulged. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Like not wanted to like took it, and then I'm like. It's a little too fucking weird, you know
well,
what I
we're
mean?
here
like
now.
I'm like, oh, all right, you know, because when you get to that, that's the weird stage with mushrooms. Like when you're high, you know, and tripping, but you're not like a 3-5, like an 8er, you know, into where you're fucking really.
Oh, that's a day. That's a commitment, man. Like,
yeah, I just had a wild ass experience. Yeah. I mean, I've been now. You know, I'm pretty familiar with mushrooms, and I've taken my fair amount of microdoses, you know, and heroic doses.
Man, I can't. I ain't never took more than an eighth. And that's cumbersome. Like,
so I was with some buddies not too long ago, and I had an ounce of mushrooms.
Ooh.
And we went somewhere, and I had forgot my scale, and I'm like. Let's just do it. We're just eyeballing it, and I'm just setting piles out for everybody. Like, there was only 3 of us.
Okay.
I mean, the next day, when I looked at the bag, there was like this much left. Like, it was a big Ziploc bag, and I'm like, well, that explains why I was fucking in the bed, like literally being swallowed by the fucking mattress.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's like, I mean, we probably all ate like a quarter that night.
Oh man.
And I'm telling you, like, that shit sometimes can get fucking scary, bro.
Oh, I bet.
Dude, like I said, it's like everything's cool, and then all of a sudden, like, it's just weird how that shit can sometimes just flip on you. Like, I don't know if you've ever had like a bad trip.
Not that I
or like a spooky trip.
No, I've taken eighth twice. Both times, I mean, went well. I'd say no real complications.
That's good though.
Yes.
That's good. Luckily, from my scary trips, I haven't had like anything that was traumatizing happen.
That's good.
Because like some people can get fucked up from psychedelics. You know what I mean? Like they're never
playing with your mind, man.
You know,
like,
and that's the thing that fucks me up sometimes. It's like every time I do the mushrooms, I always fucking am like, yeah, I got it now. Like I think like I'm the one in control. Like
no.
And I'm not the host in that sense. Like once you eat them mushrooms, especially like I said, that heroic dose. If you ever come across a time where you feel it, just I'd say like a good like 5. Like the first heroic dose I did was probably like 5 grams.
Okay.
And I mean, I've now, like I said, I've eaten like a quarter. That's probably like the most I've eaten. But even in the scarier fucking times, like the trips like that, you still can pull a lot out of it.
Yep.
That's what I always find with mushrooms.
really just gives you a different perspective in every aspect of the word. Like,
man, people that have never done psychedelics, they really don't know.
No, and honestly, you don't even got to take an eighth to get that full experience.
No,
like,
especially because like it varies on body weight. You know, how big, the state of mind you're in too. Yep. Like, I always tell people, like, shrooms or something. Like, if people want to do them, like, they're cool. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to everybody because they're not for everybody.
No, not at all.
Like I said, if you're not in
especially
the right
like if you're gonna be tripping, but like microdosing, I don't think there's a person that shouldn't microdose every once in a while. Dude, it just increases energy, productivity goes up.
You're so much like you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like something that would just set you off.
Clears you up. Like,
you're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to let that shit fucking bother me.
Dude, it's like...
It's nice. I know a lot of people... Yeah, I know a friend of mine that's a chick. She microdoses in the winter.
Okay.
She said it kind of helps.
Seasonal depression.
Yes.
Yep.
And she was the first one, like, this was before I even microdosed with mushrooms. And she told me that, and I was like, like... It's pretty sweet, and there's plenty of studies now.
Oh yeah,
they're coming out with fucking a bunch of them, dude, on all the different benefits. You know, not even just beneficial for your body, but also beneficial for your mind.
Oh yeah, because that's the first thing to go, man. We have no control over our mind, and now we're starting to figure out a couple things that help with things that aren't just drugs we're shoving in our body.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. If it's a natural way to go about things, that automatically kind of makes it better.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like I said, that's even with weed too and mushrooms as opposed to like other shit. Like, I mean, I've tried my fair share of other stuff, but it's just nice because it comes from the earth. You know, and it's just there's a bonding almost with the mushroom. You know,
I get what you're saying.
Some hippie shit. You know, but you've done them, so it's like you get it. Some people that like haven't done it, they'll listen and they'll be like, "What?" You never know until you go down that road.
Definitely.
So
it's like I smoke weed every day. Like, it's a regular thing.
Yeah.
But mushrooms by far are probably my favorite thing to take.
Yes.
Because like, dude, the gram and a half, you ask me, that's a perfect dose.
Yeah.
You're going to get higher than weed's going to get you, but you're not going to be uncontrollable. Like, it's just
great. It's just like, people don't even realize, like, when you do, like you said, you take that, like, that dose that's not going to get you blowed out, but you're going to, enough to feel it, and you just step outside, and what will just regularly be, like, a sunny day is, like...
Dude, shit's so vivid.
Sunny, like yeah.
You think that grass is green?
Man,
take half a gram, bro. It'll change your life.
And especially like if it's a nice, or even if like it's raining, like you're like, you just feel everything a little bit more. But I feel like too, some not everybody. That's the thing. Not everybody is the same. Like some people, just like some people, like with weed. Like you said, I mean, I've been an avid weed smoker for, I mean, I couldn't even tell you. It's been a long time, and now it's kind of just like, I just do it. Like, I just smoke. Like, when I was a kid, I was, getting stoned with my friends and stuff like that. But now I'm like, I tell people, I'm like, shit, I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I'm going to probably be fucking smoking weed till I die.
Oh, yeah.
And there's nothing, like I always say, like, if that's my crutch, even though I don't need it, I just like it.
Definitely.
So, but I'm like, I'm glad that it's weed because it can only be good for you.
Yeah, and
it can't make people lazy. Not necessarily. I think if you're already lazy, you smoke weed, it's not gonna help.
Like if you're tired and you smoke weed, you're going to sleep.
You know what I mean?
But like, there's plenty of times like I'll smoke weed like, I can smoke the same amount 2 times. And the one time I'll be like, man, I ain't doing shit, just lazy as hell. The other time I'll be like, man, I'm gonna do laundry, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, clean my room. Yeah, it's like for no reason, and it's like
because it almost like I'm the same way. Like at night, my sleep schedule is always fucked up.
Oh yeah,
and like I swear I sometimes have insomnia, and every time I talk to my grandma about it, she's like, it doesn't help when you smoke weed, and I'm like. No, because then it's like, then I smoke weed and then I'm not tired.
I know what you mean.
I'm like bored. So like you said, and then you get high and you're like, And so like you said, then there comes I want to go like write down some music or like
get caught up in a YouTube rabbit hole or something. Like you said,
maybe do some laundry. Oh, the fucking YouTube rabbit holes. But that's the thing about weed. You know, it can make you more creative. It can make you more kind.
Plus, man, you hear like information you hear on weed, it just registers differently. Like you're like, what? Like shit's way more interesting.
You know what I mean?
Like that. Like if you want to learn some stuff, smoke some weed, search some shit up on YouTube, and get your mind blown. Like
I'm telling you, exactly. And like I said, I know people that smoke weed and like have panic attacks.
Yeah, and
it's crazy.
It sucks. Like not everyone experiences things the same way. Like not even because they can enjoy, but like just a panic attack. Like, I've never had a bad experience smoking weed.
No,
I've like paranoid. Never. Like, and man, I'm just so lucky. Like,
but weed, like I said, weed is it's very beneficial. You know, if you can use it. 100%. How do you ever smoke before? Do you smoke before you go to the gym?
Oh
yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Like
every time I have to.
And it's one of those things where it's like. It's more or less like I go to the gym after work. Like I'll come home, eat dinner, go to the gym.
Yep.
So like obviously I'm gonna smoke within that 2 hours between the two things happening.
Yeah.
Like waiting for whether it's waiting for dinner or after dinner, probably one of the better times to smoke.
Yeah.
Help things digest and everything.
Yeah.
But I work out higher all the time.
Yeah.
The last time I didn't was when I wasn't smoking before I got this current job.
Okay.
Because I'm one of those people I don't trust like the monkey piss, the like the quick cleanse the day before. It's
a 50. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
You know?
I failed a drug test trying that shit before, so it's like.
And then you're like, fuck this.
Friend's dad was getting me into the place. I was like, I can't fuck this up.
Yeah, no.
I took 3 weeks off. Didn't have a problem.
Yeah.
Like.
You can clean
Sleeping
that out.
Got crazy. My dreams were insane.
Yeah,
I'd wake up not even rested, just stressed out.
My buddy was just telling me about that, about how when you, like, I don't know what chemical it is, something in the weed that suppresses your dreams. And like he said, same thing. This buddy of mine was fucking smoked weed all the time, every day, and quit smoking weed, and he said the dreams, he was fucking like basically lucid dreaming.
Man,
said it was crazy.
For like the first like week and a half, 2 weeks, like I said, I wasn't even waking up rested. Like
really?
Like, and normally I wake up, I'm tired, like just like drowsy in the morning, whatever. But no, it was different. I'm waking up like in a panic almost, like. But it's weird because weed doesn't suppress everybody's dream.
Yeah.
My brother smokes as much as I do, and he dreams regularly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I wonder what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the separation point.
The wonders of the human body, man.
Yeah, right. Like, no, but weed, I like weed. I'd like to, like I said, I used to smoke, take the pre-workout, and then when I got out the pre-workout, now I like to, because I used to just fucking smoke a joint on the way to the gym. Dry scoop, bro. Scoop of pre-workout.
Dry scoop.
Yeah.
You're
swig
crazy.
of water, and then like it would kind of balance it out, like the pre-workout, because some of that shit, like I was taking the last one I was taking was Jocko Go. There was one I was taking before that though. I swear this shit would make your face tingle.
Really?
Like some of that shit, like some
Total War was kind of like that.
Total War was a one like that. Yes,
it's got like
Total
400 milligrams of caffeine. So
it's like
unnecessary.
You smoke the joint and it kind of like takes a little bit of that off, so it kind of balances it out. But no, I'll just like smoke a joint and drink, like maybe have a coffee on the way, or like a Celsius.
Yeah.
Like sometimes even like a Monster with the fucking zero sugar.
Really?
Yeah, I drink those. I drink the Red Bull zero sugar and shit like that. I try not to drink a lot of them, but them fuckers are good, man.
Man, I be getting the rains more than I wish I did.
The what?
Rain.
What is that? Is that an energy drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah, I see you got the Bang. I was drinking those for a minute too.
I'm not a big fan of Bang. I'm gonna be honest. I like the CEO or the president. That dude's kind of a maniac.
What?
Yeah,
really?
You ain't never seen like any videos?
I thought. I thought they were going like bankrupt. Someone said.
Yeah, bro. This dude, every video he's in, like he's like 50-some years old, and he just acts coked out.
Really?
Like he's chugging Bang and like has a giant like chain with the logo
15
on
of those
it.
a day. Really?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And I mean, anybody who makes money off of that, kudos to them, I guess.
Yeah,
like, you're winning.
Yeah, that's
but,
good for you.
Man, like, you can't support everybody just because they win.
No, yeah.
But
Plus, I mean, I heard that bangs, those bangs, I mean, what are you going to do, though? Fucking energy
shit.
drink?
Like, this super creatine, like, that's so stupid. Like,
yeah.
There's this one YouTube channel I watch, Shredded Sports Science.
Okay.
And, like, he breaks down, like, so much stuff. Like, he calls out bullshit company. Like, he'll break down the nutrition facts on different energy drinks, go into detail, like, about what things do, how most things are, like, severely underdosed in these.
Yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, it's super interesting shit, man. He brings it to a different
it's all
light.
about the labeling.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, that's how they get people. Like you said, super creatine.
Yeah, and then it's like the sponsor, like who they get to promote their stuff. Like, that's another thing you gotta look at. They get all these enhanced athletes, and again, if you're open about it, I don't care what you do. Yeah. Take steroids, man. Do you? But don't lie about it.
Fucking lie about it. Don't be like the Liver King.
Be prideful. Like,
yeah,
because people who work out understand you're still putting in work.
Yeah, exactly.
And what steroids do, it helps you put in more work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you're not working for your shit.
And it's so fucking
unrealistic.
Common, you know.
It's just so
common.
unrealistic.
I know plenty of people that do steroids.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about doing steroids myself.
Man, it's one of those things where it's like you see some people lifting your weights and you're like, man, I like.
But then I knew someone that was doing steroids, and it's fucking like he's, you know, the steroids are expensive. Then you're taking other shit, you know, like balancing your fucking estrogen, and you're taking shit because you're breaking out, and then you're taking shit because you're fucking roid raging, and you know, and it's like fucking hundreds of dollars and shit like that, and then you fucking get off them, you can get fat, you know. It's like, is it even worth? And then I was like, and then
like the heart attack risk and just everything else. Because I mean, if you're mad all the time, you're definitely gonna be more stressed out. Your blood pressure's rising.
Exactly.
And it's like, dude, I know who takes steroids. His house, I guess, looks like a pharmacy. The dude was telling me, like all the little like vials and shit, the pills, and it's like, dude, it's just I couldn't live like that.
No,
it's like
no, and at the end of the day, I mean, you got to think at some longevity of your life. You know, even if you're doing that, you're going hard. You know, you're looking good for the period of time. Yeah, but like I said, the time span that you're gonna have to be in that peak shape and to be able to keep that up, support it financially, but at the same time, your body's got to be able to maintain all that fucking shit that you're putting into your body. Yup. And that shit, people fucking die.
And I mean, it's got to be an ego thing. Yeah. Because it's like, if you're working out for health, for the real benefits of working out, then you're not taking steroids. There's no need to. Flat out, because it's gonna just counter everything you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Like, and you can get there, like, you know, you can get there naturally.
Yeah, and I mean, you may not pull 900 pounds. Like, your list may not be crazy, but like, I'm over 600 on my deadlift, and I've never fucking took, like, you don't need to take this stuff because you put in the work. And it's crazy because I never had a coach. Like, I've learned everything I know. I've learned off of YouTube, just self-research, and my consistency is hit or miss. Like, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect.
But you learn.
Yeah, you know? And it's like, that just goes to show that maybe I'm just very lucky genetically. That is a possibility. And it's more than likely true. Yeah, I've never been able to hold fat. Like, but it's one of those things where it's like, the goals, the things you can achieve are greater than what you think. 3 years ago, I wasn't even deadlifting. My back was so fucked up, I was afraid to deadlift. I couldn't squat.
Really?
Yeah. It was crazy.
Why was your back? What happened to your back?
So, back in like 7th grade, I fucked my back up playing baseball, made a sliding catch, something didn't hit right. Yeah. Go to the chiropractor, get an x-ray, they didn't see anything. Okay. So, whatever, like, go for a little bit, get adjustments, stop going. Yeah. When I'm like 19, 20-ish, my back started acting up really bad. Go back to the chiropractor, take an x-ray, I have a cracked vertebrae. What? Yeah. And what my chiropractor told me is because I was so young when it happened, my bones weren't formed all the way. That's probably why they didn't see it. It was so just minuscule that it's like there's nothing to see. Yeah. So, it's called spondylolysis. Crazy name. Like, but all medical terms are crazy. Medical shit.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, just not stretching, not moving like I should. Like, I was lazy as shit after high school. Like, I went to college for a year, and then there was jack shit. So it's like sitting around. I just got a weak core. That was the main thing. Nothing to stabilize. I just couldn't play basketball anymore. Like, there are a lot of things I couldn't do for fun that I enjoyed. So I started working out again. And then what ended up helping me learn to or be able to squat is leg press.
Okay.
I would get on the leg press, not throw up a lot of weight, just like two plates, and just bring it down and hold it. Okay. Hold that stretch deep as long as I could. Yeah. And it really just loosened everything up. I'd do that, then I'd go squat. I'd be able to hit depth, wouldn't hurt my back. And then eventually I reached a point where I didn't have to do that anymore, the leg press. Nice. And it's just one of those things, just usually if you're hurt, it's because of what you're doing. Yeah. It's not just some freak thing. You're not just a broken person. Something in your day-to-day life is what's causing it. Exactly. Like, and it's all fixable. Like, technique is huge. Learning how to, I do it. I lift glass, some of the pieces we lift are fucking... Oh, that shit gets heavy. 250 pounds. Yeah, and it's like sometimes you're holding it, you're lifting it like this. Sometimes you're lifting it like this. Awkward positions, I bet. Sometimes it's going over your head like this. You're on a ladder, So it's like, and I have to constantly like tell myself when I'm lifting, to bend with my knees and, bend at the joints as opposed to, always, especially when I was younger and I first fucking got into construction, like I didn't give a fuck. I'm just I'm strong. I'm fucking throwing everything around, and I'm only fucking 6 years in now, and I'm like, fuck, like I can tell like the difference in what it does when you, like I said, think smarter, and it's not everybody knows. Yeah. And it's like people are like, oh, there's not really a right or wrong way to lift stuff, but it's like, there is. And the difference is, like you said, it's not miraculously that you're just fucking, your back is hurting or your shoulder, is blown out. It's what was I doing and how was I doing it? 100%. And people don't know how to pick things up. We're lied to our whole life. You don't pick things up with your legs. No. You got to use your back. Yeah. Like, it's just how things go. Yeah. And people hurt their back because they don't use their back, so their back isn't strong enough. So now the one time it's tested. The power, there's just power that comes from the legs, But it's all, it's like all one motion. Yeah. People get too singled out on, like, just the legs or whatnot. Because, like you said, lifting it entails... Especially when you're doing what's the word for them? The lifts like squatting. Oh, compounds. Yeah, when you're doing that shit like that. Or my boy put me on this Instagram page and like this working out like functional patterns. Okay. So and just it's showing you it's working out basically with using your body as one. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, because there's a lot of people that don't know how, like you said, just don't know how to lift. Yeah, and that's a crazy thing. Even little simple as shit as doing curls. Yeah, and it's, man, it's another, when I got into working out, you know how many videos I was watching, bro? Yeah. Like, you want to make sure you're doing things right. You want to make sure you're getting the most out of your exercises. Like, if you're going to do it, if you're going to work out, like, even to get into better shape, you want to do it right. Yeah. You got to prioritize learning the movements. Yes. And ask questions. Like, I know I'd be looking intimidating as hell in the gym. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not going to give unsolicited advice. Flat out. I love when people ask for advice. Like, it's great to help people. And if someone tells you no, they tell you no. It is. Yeah, but if you tried, like, ask the next person. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But because, like you said, you got to start somewhere. And knowing how to do it, because there's people that can really fuck themselves up. Dude, that's why deadlifts have such a bad name. Yeah. Because it's like, people don't learn how to do it. They pick lifting up all lower back, just stand like, bent like a cat. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I bet you hurt your back doing that. Yeah. Like I said, I have a bad back and I'm pulling 5-6 plates regularly. Like, you don't need to be a specimen to be able to do these workouts. Yeah. Like, compound movements more than anything, you gotta prioritize form. Yeah. Drop the ego, lower the weight, make sure you're doing shit right. Like, that's the best advice you can give to anybody who's just starting out. Yeah. Yeah, I've been on that a lot more recently within the last year or so.
lowering the weight. You know, more about
it's hard to do
form.
I struggle with it because there's
repetition.
Yeah. Because it's like, again, like in my head, I'm like, oh, I can lift more than that though. Like I can go up.
I'm not feeling it.
In reality, it's like, dude, your form it's not perfect. Your form's never going to be perfect. There's always things to work on. So it's like every other time you work a compound movement, you should go light, focus on form, whether it's doing speed, like speed reps, trying to make sure you're just keeping that power through it, or just dialing in on form, recording from the side, like get that side angle to see where your hinges are. And yeah, there's so many things to improve on all the time in the gym. Yeah,
repetition. That's how you really get to that.
That's what they say. Frequency is more important than daily volume. Like if you bench press 3 days a week, you may not be as strong as someone who does it every day. Just because where am I going with this? I lost my train of thought. If you work out really hard 1 day a week, like 100 reps Monday, you're gonna do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 whatever.
Yep.
That's gonna pay off less than if you broke that down throughout the week.
Yes.
Because how often you do it matters. If you only do it once a week, your body's not gonna get used to it. It's about getting it accustomed to the movements.
Exactly.
Which take repetition, but throughout the week. Everyone's so focused on today.
Yes.
Everything is...
Well, yeah, and like now.
Yeah.
You know, I want the results now. I want to see the progress now. And it's a fucking stage.
Yeah.
It's slowly but steadily. It's the grind. Embracing the grind.
Yep. And that's the thing, because when you first start out, that first 3 months, you're going to see huge improvements.
Oh, yeah.
Just from getting used to the movements, your muscles are going to be like, holy shit, we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see instant results.
Yup.
And then you're going to slow down.
And it can almost seem like stagnant.
Yup.
Yeah.
And that's when it's really important to kind of dive into what you're doing, start programming.
Figuring it out.
And just going with the
plan. Diet? Is it my exercise? Do I need to shock my muscles? Am I staying at the same weight when I need to be moving up?
Yup.
Or like you said, it's something as simple as I'm not doing the exercise the way I should be doing it.
Yeah, because like at a certain point, because then you do get stronger, but then like after 4 or 5 months, you're hurt because you've been benching with your arms and your shoulders like flared out or something like that, where it's like just unoptimal. And it's one of those things where like you just gotta dial in at that point. After the first few months, you really gotta buckle down.
Hell yeah.
And that's just for health. That's not for competitive or like anything super serious. That's just like if you're going for health.
Yeah, that's just basic gym.
Yeah.
Basic training.
The 70-year-old grandma in the gym who's just trying to like live to be 90.
Yeah.
Like she just needs to know what she's doing.
I seen that video.
Yeah,
that you had on Instagram.
Yeah, deadlifted 200 pounds, 75 years old.
Crazy.
Man.
What a fucking animal.
There's so many people who like not
and
even
that's
75.
People don't even understand. Like they would think that
so
that's
much
fake.
Stronger.
Exactly. But she knows what she's doing.
And it didn't even look that hard.
No.
Like she pulled it and it's like...
And the walk off and everything.
Yeah, that was
bad
so
motherfucker
smooth.
for that. For real. Yeah. How much are you weighing now?
About 210.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. And I mean, you're what? Like 6'1"? 6 foot?
I always thought 6 foot. According to the doctor, I'm 5'11 and a half.
Really?
Which I'm just going to ignore. I think because it's one of those where like it was on the scale where like they have that bar that.
Dude,
and I was like, I think she just pushed down a little too hard.
Man.
Had a little angled upward to make me seem shorter.
When I was told that I was 5'11", and then I went a time after that, and they told me 5'10 and a half, like you said, and I'm like, how the fuck am I shrinking? I'm not shrinking already. If I am gonna ever shrink, motherfucker. But yeah, so how did you? Because like you said, you've always been jacked, and ripped.
Yeah.
But it was hard for you to, like you said, put on muscle.
So
like
hard.
When I fucking didn't see you for a couple years, and then I seen you at the gym, I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? You put on a couple. Yeah. I mean, how long did that take you to start consistently packing on that muscle? Was it not up until you started doing the competitions and whatnot?
It was before that, because when I first started working out consistently was about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And I was 170 when I started, like 171, 170, like low 170s.
Yeah.
After a few months, I was holding 180 to like 185 pretty steadily.
Okay.
But then, I mean, things started to get stagnant. Like,
Yeah.
Because at first my goal was like 190, getting close. I'd get there a couple of days, then, I mean, just water weight or whatever. So I'd lose that. I'm back down to 185.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's crazy because I see the best results after I go through a cold spell.
Okay.
Like, there's periods I lose motivation. I won't go for a month or two for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and I'll lose all the weight I've gained, or a lot of it. I'll put it all back on and then some. That's almost what gets me over that plateau, because it's like my body like got accustomed to that 185.
Yep.
So once I get back to it, it's like, all right, now where are we going?
Yeah.
And I mean, that may not be the actual science behind it, but that's kind of how I see it.
For sure.
Because
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. And then this past winter actually blew my mind. From October to like mid-January, I was not working out at all.
Yeah.
My brother moved out, and that kind of like you threw me out of my rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
I'd come home from work, bullshit with him, smoke, go work out, had a rhythm.
Yeah.
He moved out. I come home from work, I smoke, chilling by myself, end up taking a nap or some shit.
Yeah.
And like I just wasn't working out, and like it was affecting me like emotionally, like mentally and everything. Like you just feel more on edge. Like you're not as happy as you feel like you were. And then, dude, I was weighing like 190 at that time. I was just leaving my job at 2 Men in a Truck moving furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end of February, I was pushing 200, like
Nice.
close to 205. And then like I peaked at 215 about. And it only took a few months to get up there. Like, and
Damn.
it helped not moving as much throughout the day. Like the calories I took in were more
Yeah,
intake,
you weren't
like,
burning them right off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that helped tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
But then like my weight shot up. I didn't work out for 3 months, and I was PRing through March. Like March, I PR'd bench once. Finally hit 315. I barely ever benched.
Shit.
My shoulder was messed up. I barely bench. I come in, I bench a few times, and now I'm like, it was insane. I'm sure
Fucking
gaining weight
racking
helped.
that shit up. Yeah.
Mass moves mass.
Oh yeah, because that's the thing that comes with. I even noticed myself personally, because I mean, I was shit. Used to be my biggest. I was about 250.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, now I weigh like 205.
Yeah, and like
I fucking notice, my strength.
Oh yeah, and
For
like
a minute, it was hard. I had cutting weight. I wanted to cut weight, but I had to. You still got to work out.
Definitely.
And that's the thing about doing cardio. It's like you can be cutting the weight, but if your body is not gonna look, the way it should, you got to be packing on the muscle at the same time.
And that's such a common misconception in fitness, is that cardio is how you lose weight.
Yeah.
And it helps. It burns calories. You will lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really want to like lose weight efficiently, build muscle. It increases your metabolism naturally. It takes more energy to maintain that muscle, so you're constantly going to be burning that fat off.
Yeah.
Whoever said you can't gain muscle and lose fat at the same time is crazy.
Yeah, that's
like
bullshit.
Building muscle literally makes you lose fat.
Flat out.
Like they go hand in hand.
Well, it's just common sense, It's just look at someone who's got abs, If you have a stomach and you fucking you're gaining abs, you're building muscle.
Yep.
It's not just like I did cardio but that's the thing. Like, you're doing ab workouts and shit like that, like crunches. Mm-hmm. That's basically lifting for your abs. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like you're just gonna get a six pack if you're running.
Exactly.
Or riding on a bike. Like, you have to be actively working out your muscles.
Yep. And compound movements especially great for core.
Yeah.
That's all I do for core.
Okay.
Deadlift, squats, overhead press more so than bench, because bench you're laying down.
Exactly.
But overhead press, standing, you're stabilizing. You're standing on your feet. You have to stabilize. That is all core.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time I did a dedicated ab workout.
Really?
And I don't have a six pack, but that's because I'm holding like 15% body fat about right now. So I mean, it's just not gonna show. Mm-hmm. But like, you can see them.
Yeah.
But it's a strong core, and I know that because my back is okay.
Yeah.
That's the telltale sign for me all the time. I stop working out, my core starts getting weaker, my back starts hurting. My back feels good, my core's feeling good. Just how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, cardio is a motherfucker.
Man. I wish I did it, because, cardiovascular health is important.
Yeah.
But, man, I can't get that drive. I'm there an hour and a half already. I hate being there too long. start talking to people. Now you're there for like 2 hours. You're like, dude, I got like three more things I got to do.
It's like I have to have a certain amount of time almost. And then I'll be like, I just can't even go to the gym.
Yeah.
Because you can't. I hate being rushed. It's like, and I'll still go there sometimes and get those like 45-minute workouts in or a half hour. Like even today.
And those are still beneficial.
Got off work, yeah. And I wanted to work out before the podcast. So I went and got it in. Just did like a little bit of cardio, some kettlebell workouts, a little bit of dumbbell workouts, yeah. Fucked around with the heavy bag.
Hell yeah.
Got in the sauna for 20 minutes, so I was probably only there for like 45 minutes.
Man, that's so productive, though. And that is so productive.
And like you said, that feeling of feeling good.
Yo.
I got out that bitch like, because this has been a busy week for me for work. Been off my fucking routine. You know, been doing shit, having plans. Once you get back into that first day back into the gym, that feeling, you leave out that motherfucker feeling like $1 million.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you. It's like a medicine. Working out is fucking medicine.
It is. The exercise. Release, the stress release, just like...
Yeah.
And I mean, it's proven to be beneficial for mental health. Yeah. Like, if you're not going crazy, taking like steroids and shit, like where you're getting all mad, like, you're going to be feeling benefits beyond just physically feeling better. You're going to be happier, more energetic. Like,
for sure.
The benefits are through the roof.
Yeah.
Like, I wish more people could grasp the concept of that. But, I mean, hey.
Yeah, everybody, and that's the thing. I'm not like a super pushy person.
No.
But I always say, like, you know, like I like to talk about, you know, how working out helps me. Like if I can inspire someone to do, because it can only benefit you.
Definitely.
You know, there's no harm that can come from like me. And some people just don't want it. They don't want it. They don't have the drive. You know, and it doesn't have to be for looks. You know, it doesn't. It can be for health or whatever. There's different ways that people get driven to be in shape, and not everybody has that drive.
Yeah.
And they just don't know. Like, even if you're okay with like, I don't care how I look. It's like, but do you care about how you feel?
Yup, dude. Like,
do you know you could feel better?
As hard as working out is, like, some days like having to drag yourself there. Mm-hmm. The feeling when you're tired and everything, like walking out after a leg day, like, it's rough.
Yeah.
But man, it can't be harder than living life 300 pounds, man.
Exactly.
Like the stress on your body alone just from the weight, like obesity is real. I don't care if you're 300 pounds of raw muscle. That's obesity. Like that's
like how do you feel like when you're if you are someone that's severely overweight and like, you know, you get out of the car and you have to park 20 feet away, and by the time you get to the door, you're fucking out of breath.
Yo.
Regardless of, like you said, if you're comfortable in your own skin or whatever, like, you know damn good and well you would feel better if you didn't, by the time you got up to this door, you were still fucking maintaining a steady, you know, breathing because you weren't however many pounds overweight, you know.
Yeah, or like the people with the rascals, like in the little like carts just because of how big. It's like, you're doing that, like, you can't even, like, some people you feel bad, like, amputated or something, like, damn, that's rough. But some people you're like, you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's hard to admit because it's like, no one likes to admit that they're doing
and it's
wrong.
Hard, to say it.
And then to change the life habits, like, it's not easy, like, but the benefits are just so worth it. Like, even being too skinny, like, you can adding a little bit of weight is only going to help eating a little bit more. Like, some people really do struggle with gaining weight, though.
It's crazy.
An absurd amount.
I know plenty of people like that. Yeah, I got a couple buddies that are like that can just eat whatever.
Yeah, and like weigh $140, and it's like, what?
And and then you got the people that literally have to fucking count out how many calories and what type of nutrients they're getting, and just to maintain, you know, the physical state that they're in.
Yup.
It's crazy. But yeah, everybody's different, you know, different metabolisms and different genetics.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it sucks. Like, some people fucking, it's just the way life goes.
Yeah.
Some people got to put in a little bit more work. It's all about playing the cards that you're dealt, but there's always a way. And
sometimes you're raised off of the bad habits.
Yeah.
Like, just going to fast food every other day, just like not having home cooked meals, not having like the right like discipline as a kid. like, yeah, you're going to get older. You're going to just keep those same traits because that's what you know.
Yeah.
And just, it's so hard to change habits like that because now you're learning how to cook. Now you're learning how to do all these other things.
Yeah.
And it's, man, because meal prepping, I wish I could meal prep. I don't have the discipline to meal prep.
It's a motherfucker.
Man,
I did it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like, it gets tiring.
Yeah, and
it
boring.
fucking takes time. Like, it took a couple hours, you know, you fucking got to cook everything and portion it out and get it. And it's nice, though. Like, it was nice coming home. Because I don't care. Like, I can eat the same thing every day. Like, being able to, like, have lunch already made. And then come home and just have dinner, like, pop it in the microwave. But then when it was done, all gone, and then the next week came and I had to buy all the groceries again, you know, go get all my vegetables, get my protein. Like, if I want to switch it up, it's like...
And that's
then,
what shocks people.
Come home in a couple hours, had to do it.
Like, when you're spending all that money at once on food compared to spending $10 here, $10 there, like, it adds up to probably the same amount.
Yes.
And the quality is the only different. Like, if you're cooking your food, you know you're getting better quality.
Flat out.
Like,
Flat
you're getting the
regardless
nutrients.
Of where it
like,
is, you know?
Yeah.
Even if, like, I eat Chipotle, I like Chipotle.
Dude,
I consider that
good.
like, fast food. And I mean, even still, fucking, you know, I have, you know, I have the 2 a.m. Taco Bell nights.
Oh, man, I love Taco
you know
Bell.
What I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not great about not eating.
But then after I eat it, I'm like, this is just some dog shit. But it was good.
Yeah.
But would I have been better off, like, eating a steak? You know, going to the grocery store, maybe ate a steak with maybe some asparagus or, you know.
Takes like 10, 15 minutes to cook and everything.
Yeah, and you're thinking, you're like, fuck that, I'm going to just go to the Arby's, you know, whatever. But
man, I love
it, and then people, like you said, same thing, they're like thinking like, oh, well, then I got to buy like a steak and a side, like I'm going to, or something like I'm going to spend. But it's like, you can get enough food, you know, like you can buy meals. And even if you're buying them in bulk and you're buying enough food and it's a couple $100, like you said, as opposed to people don't realize if that's going to last you a couple weeks, if you're not going to do it, you're going to spend that anyways in small increments throughout those couple weeks if you're fucking getting fast food, especially nowadays, because it ain't like fast food is like how when we were growing up.
Oh, ain't no dollar menu.
I spending like, what the fuck happened to like what happened to the dollar McDoubles, dollar McChicken? It was all dollar small, dollar 4-piece.
Yeah.
Like I remember because you know, my mom, and that's the thing. My mom used to give us fast food, and you know she was single mom, worked a lot. You know, fucking
I mean,
we didn't have a lot of money.
Man.
Little Caesars, $5 hot and ready, shit like that, whatever.
I mean, that's some Little Caesars, $5 for a whole pizza. That's
you fucking feed, you know,
it's a good deal. You're not feeding a family for $5.
You get two of them, you know, that's leftover pizza the next day. You got lunch the next day. And my grandma, you know, is really strict on like diet, you know, and how she maintains her lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with that, but because of that, you know, my mom, when she had kids, she didn't want us to be like you know, she wanted us to be able to enjoy food and like have snacks, and we had a fucking cup, you know, we had brownies and chips and shit like that, you know, and
it's like
it's nice, but at the same time, you know, it's if you don't have the right habits and discipline, you know, it's very easily to let it, you know, before you know it, because people don't like get into like, I'm just gonna go gain fucking 100 pounds or 200 pounds. Yeah, it just is a slow, slippery fucking.
Wake up one day and you're like, "What the fuck happened?" Man?
Look in the mirror, like, and just like like you said, getting in shape. Like you see results a little bit at first, but it's like then you kind of like when you're working out, like unless someone tells you, you don't really see it as much. And just like gaining weight, like someone can gain 50 pounds, and even me, like when I look at pictures from a couple years, like 4 or 5 years ago, when I was 50 pounds heavier, and I'm like, fuck, like I didn't even notice it in my face like that. Right. Like I didn't know my face, and now I see pictures, and I'm like, holy shit. And that's just how it goes. It's just either way, getting in shape, falling out of shape. It takes time, and that's why like people. It's always better for people to, you know, get into it younger and earlier. Because it's, I mean, you could still do it later in life, but you're just so much better off if you can get into it early, find something that works for you, whatever it may be, some form of exercise, some form of diet that works for you. You know, I'm very broad on, like, I don't think, like, everybody has different shit, like, different diet, whether it's exercise, like not everybody just likes to fucking lift weights.
Oh yeah,
not everybody wants to be a vegan. Not everybody wants to be a carnivore. Not everybody. So it's like do whatever you do.
Yep.
If it works for you, if it helps you regulate your mood, and you're healthy physically, more power to you.
I mean, they say the best program when working out is the one you're gonna follow.
Yeah.
Like consistency goes beyond any exercise you can do. Like, and
that's why so many people fail.
Yeah. You know, because like they work out.
I almost feel like you have to find what works for you.
Oh yeah, it's all an experiment. I see it as an equation almost, because I do the same workouts. So, got a sneeze coming.
No, you're good.
I don't know if it's coming though. Just teasing. But
that's the fucking worst.
Right. But yeah, I don't change my workouts out at all.
Okay.
I do like a pull, push, legs, push, pull type of deal. So I got space between my deadlifts on my pull day and my squats on my leg day. I ain't doing those back to back. I'm not crazy.
Right on.
But I never change it up. I had it down like I said, it's a formula.
Yeah.
I was seeing progress, and I don't see any reason to change it up if you're seeing progress.
No, yeah, why not?
And like if it stalls a little bit, add a little bit of weight. Like push yourself a little harder.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it does get boring. Sometimes like I'll switch like a couple exercises around, hit hamstrings a little differently. But people overthink it. Like you don't like shocking the muscle. I mean, it works. Like changing it up, but that's more or less, if you ask me, just to keep it interesting.
And that's the thing. If that works for you, like you said, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Me too. Like I said, for a minute, I was doing the same thing, and even though it might have not have been like necessarily that I had to switch it up, it helped me to maintain my ambition to want to work out and like get in shape, like switching it up. But like you said, you don't have to.
No.
You know, if you have something that's steady for you, and that's the thing, some people get discouraged because they feel like they have to. It's like, no, whatever works for you. If fucking, you know, doing arms and abs 5 days a week and then eating chicken and rice is what fucking gets you, you know, to be the best that you, it's like, fuck it, you know.
Do what you gotta do.
It's not going to work for everybody, but we're not all the same.
Yeah.
So...
And, like, that's another thing that discourages people, I feel like, is when they find, like, a 30-day program to follow or something. And then that 30 days is up, and it's like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
It's like, anything like that, 30 days, like, if you're brand new, you might see results.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be what you want.
Sustainable either.
Yeah, because, again, now it's like, you're either going to keep doing that over and over again, and most of those start the first day is really, really easy. And, like, they gradually get harder.
Yeah.
Or, like, you go try to find something new, and now you just don't know what to look for because if you follow a program, a lot of it just takes the thinking out of it from you as a person.
Exactly.
And then you're not learning anything. You're just you're a machine.
Yeah.
You're like, I got to do this today, I'm going to do that today. But if you don't actually think about what you're doing, the whys, the things like that make it matter, then you're not going to get everything you can get out of it. Like, personal trainers, their goal should be to make whoever they're training, after a few months, be able to work out on their own. Mm-hmm. Like, a trainer's job should not be to have constant returning customers.
Yeah.
You should be teaching these people what to do. And it's like, and then teach people, then they bring you more business because they're like, yeah, this trainer I had taught me everything I needed. He's a great trainer.
Exactly.
And now, instead of getting the same people coming around, you're getting a whole bunch of different people. Mm-hmm. Who now you're newly introducing into getting into shape, working out, and then that's how the chain begins. Mm-hmm. Like, people just start following, and then more people get into it.
Yeah. And some people are a little bit more reliant on outside sources for discipline and motivation.
Definitely.
And motivation is a motherfucker because it will drive you and get you in the seat and have you start the car, and then you start driving, and you don't fill up, and you run out of gas because the motivation's gone. And then this is where the discipline rolls in. And like you said, this is when doing something like that, a 30-day fucking thing, to where at first it's like, I'm starting this 30-day thing and now I see some results, but it's something that I don't like even doing this. Like, I just thought that, like, I was going to lose this weight, but now what? Now, when you stop, how are you going to keep the weight off? Like, how are you going to sustain? And then people try. Like, there's nothing wrong going back to failing.
Not at all.
Like, trying new things. And if you fail at one, like, that's the thing. Some people fail at 10, and it could be the 11th one that they were gonna try that out and it was gonna work for them. But because they failed those 10 times, they're like, I'm just gonna stick with this.
Yep.
And then it's like, before they know it, half their lives went by and they fucking put themselves in a shitty position.
Yeah.
I tried a bunch of different fucking, I tried meal prepped for a while. I did fucking balanced diets. I was eating fucking salads for a little bit. I was thinking about fucking being a vegetarian.
Really?
Dude. I had a buddy that was telling me about being pescatarian, and I was like, I kind of still like basically do the carnivore diet somewhat, like a version of it. I throw in some shit,
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff you get in from the greens and the vegetables that are important. Like,
I do a lot. I like fruits, I like oranges, I like apples and shit like that. I try to get like my natural carbs and sugars and whatnot from fruit. Like you said, some vegetables too, but and I like that. And it was like, I don't mind eating. I like eating steak. I like eating red meat. I like eating, like I said, those little bit of fruit and vegetables and whatnot. So it's like, but I tried a bunch of other things, and some of it was good for a time being, and it wasn't sustainable. So I just had to keep going around until I found my niche.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Like, just what you're gonna stick with.
Yeah,
because that's the most effective thing, consistency. So it's like, and there's so many diets too. And it's like, most of them, like the keto diet, that was made for people with like gut problems who had trouble like ingesting carbs and things like that. Like, but carbs are so important. Like, there's just no transparency with all this stuff. Like, you get all this stuff and people try to push these different ideas for the financial like benefit of it, but like, I don't think there's any food group that you really benefit from cutting out entirely. Yeah. Unless it's for like a gut problem, like if you can't handle meat. Like, some people can, like, go vegetarian. Or, like, if there's certain, like, at that point, of course. But for the most part, there's, like, anything you can eat that's, like, good food, like, not processed crap. Yeah. You're going to get benefits from it.
Yeah, I see. The way I feel with the carbs, and, like, this is from me from experience, too. Is like, I do feel like you said, it's kind of important to get all of the nutrients, and some of them are more essential than others. Yeah. But like, people don't understand the difference between like good carbs and bad carbs. Yep.
Yeah, you're eating a bunch of
processed fucking grains, and the processed sugars and the processed carbs, as opposed to getting it naturally, like I said, through fucking fruits or vegetables or whatever it may be, it's tough. It's tough. And like I said, everybody's body's different, so it's hard to kind of regulate, what it is that you're missing and what it is that you need more of. And
definitely. But that's why, like, get physicals, man. Yeah. I haven't got one in forever. I went to the doctor recently, the other day, got a physical. Nice. I'm going to get some blood work done in a couple weeks.
It's important.
Yeah, man. It's like, your body doesn't have a check engine light. Like, you gotta make and it's up to you.
You can be feeling completely fine and not know what the fuck is, and there could be something completely wrong with you.
Yeah, like I don't feel like, I don't think there's anything wrong with me, but I mean, next thing you know, like, I get this blood work done or something, and like, like, you got high cholesterol. Like, you never know what might be going on. Yeah,
I was the same way, kind of, because I got physicals throughout, growing up, with high school and whatnot. And then I, as I became an adult, I kind of was like, wasn't being as responsible.
It's hard to find time,
especially when you're a young adult. Yeah, you're like feeling like you're healthy as fuck,
especially financially. I mean? Like, you're like, man, I gotta take time off work to do this.
Like, a lot of it when you're younger, it's a lot of people, it's their parents that are taking care of most of it. So it's like learning it on your own and scheduling your own appointments and shit like that. So it takes time, and then I like had fuck myself, like, just from going in, like, fucking myself up, like, at work or whatever.
Yeah.
I had got bronchitis one time. Shit. Yeah. And that fucked me up. And, like, going to the urgent care and shit. And then they tell you stuff. And you're like, I didn't even know, like, my blood pressure was high.
Yeah, right.
Like, maybe, like you said, and then you're like, all right, well, maybe I should start going and getting regularly, you know, getting a fucking physical and getting a, you know, like you said, getting your blood work done, just getting your vitals, you know, your basic information. Because
it's important, man.
Yeah.
Like,
it's all got to stay, you know, it's a well-oiled, we're a machine.
Literally. Know? Like, as far from machines as we are, like, with emotions and everything, we are still just full of moving parts that need to function together for everything to work. Yes. Our organs might as well be gears.
Right, for real.
Like.
For real.
Mind if I hit this?
No, yeah, go ahead. You don't know if you might end up needing that later. Yeah, so when was the last time you did a competition?
I mean, the last one was the one I was in a few weeks ago. Okay. May 22nd, I think it was, something like that. Nice. And I mean, it was only my second one.
Yeah, okay.
And there's like year and a half gap between them. Like, it's nothing like. It's strenuous on the body, man. Yeah. Like, some of those movements, it's just like. Yeah. Man.
It's a fucking lot, man. It's brutal. Is that something that you thinking about getting into more frequently?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, actually, so back in January, I was bowling, felt a pop in my wrist. And in my head, I'm like, I probably just sprained it or some shit. So give it a couple weeks, feeling better, go bowl again, fuck it up again. And, like, then, like, after, like, a month of, like, in and out, like, messing it up, I was like, all right, I just got to take it easy. Yeah. And it just never got better. Got it checked out a couple weeks ago. Got an x-ray done and everything. Mm-hmm. I have a chipped bone in my wrist. And what my doctor thinks that may be, like, when the bone chipped, he thinks I tore a tendon. Because I got a couple metatarsals that are further apart than they should be. Or not tendon, ligament. But same thing, like structural shit. Yeah. And so I'm actually getting an MRI tomorrow done on it. But I'm kind of banking on the worst because I don't want to be shocked when they say I got to get surgery, you know?
You don't want to get your hopes up.
Yeah, so it's like I'm actually probably going to be out of commission for a hot minute. And honestly, as much as that sucks, because every time you start reaching your goals, man, some shit happens.
The turmoil, the controversy.
But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like I'm interested to see how I bounce back. Yeah. Like, how am I going to spend this like bunch of free time I'm gonna have because I'm gonna be out of work if I need surgery. Like I'm gonna be doing jack shit, and it's like I plan on spending that time to kind of like really like dial in on the whole working out, like actually get a program going, and hopefully be able to actually compete more when I get back and like get more into it. Yeah, but I still plan on working out like when I'm out. Like if I can do legs, whatever I can do, it's like Because, again, I'm going to have all that free time. I'm going to go crazy if I'm just locked up in the house.
I had a buddy that I work with literally just going out to his fucking truck. It was in the winter. Yep. Slipped on some ice. Bigger guy. Probably, like, at the time, probably, like, good, like, 280. Oof. Like, probably, like, 6 foot, 6'1". Fucked his foot all up, man. Broke the fuck out of his foot. Was out of commission, yeah. In a cast on the couch. You know, he couldn't start even like crawling on it and like lightly walking on it for a couple months, you know.
Holy
and then
shit.
they got surgery and shit like that. So, and it's like just so unexpected.
Yup.
And like he was going crazy. Like this is a guy that's fucking, you know, he's a married, got kids.
Oh yeah.
Family, got always doing shit around the house and stuff like it. And he was fucking couldn't take it.
I bet.
Sitting
man.
around on the fucking, you know. And then not being, and especially like not being able to work, or like you said, going to the gym. It's like, I could only imagine.
Yeah, when everything gets taken away like that, it's like, and then like, cause you're not working, you ain't got the money to go do shit. Mm-hmm. Like you're sitting around that house broke.
But like you said, you find like you were like fuck. You're already thinking like, all right, if I can't do anything with my wrist, then I'm just gonna end up blowing out legs.
And that's kind of like the fortunate thing about kind of knowing what I'm getting into.
Yeah,
because a lot of people like that dude, like he broke his foot like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like this has been a problem for 6 months at this point. Like it's one of those things where it's like after like 4 months when I was just waiting for my insurance to kick in so I could go to the doctor with this new job because that 90-day bullshit.
Yeah, because that shit's fucking expensive as hell.
Hell yeah. So I'm waiting. I'm like, yeah, it's like I might like. There's no way this is okay. Like because it doesn't hurt constantly. Like I mean, obviously it doesn't. I was able to like do that competition. I work out regularly still. Yeah. But like the things that make it hurt. My dad tossed me a lighter yesterday. I caught it. That shit made it hurt.
Really?
Yeah, like, I could, like, I got to stamp stuff at work. I damn near have to do that left-handed.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's so weird. The things that make it hurt, it's like, yeah, there's no way I'm okay. Like.
And that's why somebody could very easily, like, put it all, like, all right, it only hurts when I do, like, that little shit. Like, I don't do that a lot. Like, it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. And then after a while, a little chipped bone ends up fucking eventually breaking off even more.
Yeah.
And then you're fucking yourself over.
My brother chipped a bone in his thumb probably, I don't know, 8 years back, 10 years back, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where he ignored it for a while. Went to the doctor, got an x-ray. Same dude I went to. We go to him all the time. But he said, he's like, if you waited like another 5 months, you probably wouldn't be able to hold a coffee cup.
What?
Just a chip bone, something that small, and it's like,
yeah,
like I know trying to fight through that pain is like no one wants to go to the doctors just because that shit's expensive. I was just gonna say,
and plus too, it's kind of like especially for like obviously, I mean, I can only speak for men, but like the pride thing was where you're almost like you want to tough it out.
Definitely,
you're like that was like I fell off a fucking extension ladder in this house I was working at this one time, dude. And I was fucked up. Like, I felt fucked up. And I was like, whatever, like, might have a little concussion or something, but like, and like, I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the doctor.
Yo.
Like, if I got something like a cracked rib, anything inside, like, I was like, could barely, like, I'm like driving like this, and I drove myself. I took my car, fucking, and I got a bunch of, got a scan on my head. I fucking had a fat ass egg on my head.
Oh, I bet.
So I'm like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't fucking have any brain bleeding or
That's
anything.
Important. You fall asleep with a concussion, man, dude. That could be reps.
And so, luckily I fucking had got it all paid for with insurance.
Oh, that's dope.
But seeing some of those fucking bills,
yeah,
and that's just to get fucking scanned, and I was fine. I didn't have, but you never know. I could have easily blown it off and been like, nah, yeah, fuck it, I'm fine. I'm gonna just tough it out and
pay the consequences later.
Exactly.
And that's another thing.
And I mean, I do it. I'm guilty of it.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, but learning process, like you said, it'll bite you. You got to live with it. Whatever it is, you reap what you sow. You know?
And that's another thing working out does is it teaches you the difference between being sore or just hurt a little bit and being injured.
Yes.
Like it really helps you communicate with your body and listen to it.
Yeah.
Because there's so many times where like people are like, man, I'm sore today. I hurt. I can't work out. It's like, no, like you can. And sometimes you hurt because you don't.
Yes.
My brother's knees were always a problem. I got him to start working out a few years ago. His knees have felt so much better since.
Yes.
Squatting, like,
and I noticed that too. I haven't done legs like I used to. Like I used to have legs, arms, back, chest, and legs, arms and abs, chest, back, and then I would do a second leg day. Like I was doing legs twice a week.
Man, they're important.
And then I stopped doing it, and I was like, I fell on my knee and fucked it up kind of, and that was why I kind of stopped doing the boxing for a minute. And then I stopped working out my legs, and I can feel the difference. Like people don't understand. They're like, well, I can't work out because it hurts, but it's gonna feel better.
Yup.
don't fucking blow your leg out. Like, just start with something that'll get you going. Yeah. Take it light, and then eventually you're gonna fucking overcome the pain, work through it, and then you're gonna start becoming stronger.
100%.
And you're not gonna be hurting anymore.
Yeah, and like when you start, it changes so much, and it's like, God damn, fucking forgetting my train of thoughts again.
That fucking weed, man.
I remember. You don't know what good is. Like, when you don't work out, you don't understand how much it's going to benefit you.
Yeah.
Until you start working out, and you're like, man, I feel great. And then, like, something happens, you stop working out, now you feel how you did feel before, and you're like, man, I feel terrible. And, like, it's one of those things you don't know. You can't know bad if you never felt good.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say almost the same thing about working out and how when you're feeling good, you're more inclined to know when something is off.
Yep.
As opposed to when, you most of the time are already feeling like shit because maybe what you're eating or, you're not getting the right amount of exercise. Yep. And shit like that. As opposed to when you feel good and you're working out and you're in good shape, when you, like you said,
yeah,
something ain't right.
100%. And it's just like, yeah, I wish more people would, like, just stop being offended by the idea of working out.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Like, I ain't offended by an extra meal, man. Like,
no. And that's the thing. It's like, it shouldn't be offensive.
It shouldn't be.
And that's the thing. That's why, like I said, if you're, like, offended by something, then you know that you have room to improve.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
100%.
And you're scared, and that's the thing. It can be intimidating. Like, that's why I always say, like, people, there's never, like, a right time, like, and everybody has something different that'll trigger them.
Yeah.
Like me, I was with this chick, and once me and this chick broke up, like, I had started going to the gym a little bit when I was dating her, and then when we broke up, I was, like, just started going hard to the gym.
Oh yeah, I mean, fuck, got like, way more time, I bet, to do it.
Man. And that was something that fucking, and once I got into it, it just became lifestyle.
Yeah.
Working out and training and whatnot, and wanting to be in shape and wanting to improve.
Yep.
And getting that good feeling and getting addicted to that good feeling. Some people have never felt it,
Yeah, never. And it's just like, I mean, playing sports, we go in high school. We're working out and everything, feeling good in the gym with the team. Fucking everybody getting hype over lifts and everything.
That's one of the cool things that come from playing sports at a young age. Trying to get that incorporated a little bit earlier.
Yeah, beyond even just trying to go to college, like the just benefits of learning how to work out, like having someone program workouts for you at a young age, and hopefully teach you the form.
Yeah.
See a lot of these kids with just terrible form and everything they do, and you feel bad. But it's like, yeah, if they play sports, it's 100% on the coach to make sure they do things right.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's hard to do on, like, football teams and that when there's 50, 60, 70 kids sometimes. Exactly. It's hard to keep track.
And be individual, one-on-one. It's so broad.
100%.
So hard for, it takes a good coach to be able to have that intimacy with with that many kids.
Yeah, it's so hard because, let's be honest, kids suck.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah, well, kids can be fucking assholes, So, and it's hard to be patient, like, especially the older. I feel like the older you get, I guess everybody's different, but some people, I feel like the patience just starts to run thinner and thinner.
Seems like it's one or two things as you get older. It seems like you either start to care less or you care more.
Yeah, right. That's what I say. I'm like, I always say I'm not, but I guess you never know. Like, no one says one day they're going to be that grouchy old fuck that's yelling, get the ball off my lawn. I'm never going to be that guy. I just hope.
I think I might be kind of an angry old man.
Yeah.
Just like one of those people with like a lot of shit to say for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. You never
just talking shit.
Just always like.
Yeah, I'm going to be one of those. Shit, I'm going to be like one of those just
irritable.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
I'm not trying to deal with it. Be quiet, goddammit. Just shut up. Like Red Foreman in that 70s show.
Oh, yo.
That's the shit. Yeah, I'm probably, like I said, I'm going to be that old guy anyways, just out on his porch, probably smoking a joint.
Yo, shit, I'm that dude now.
Stoned, not really caring. Like, oh, the ball's on my lawn, so what?
Yup. And I think at that point it's gonna be like, I'm just glad to see kids outside.
Yeah, like, if that's gonna be still a thing, that's gonna still be a thing by the time we get older.
Man, I hope so.
Older.
Sometimes you see how shit's going, and you're like, man, do I want kids? Do I want to bring like kids into this world?
Yeah. What do you What do you think about that? Like raising kids in today's day and age.
Man, it's got to be so hard. 'Cause like I've always been personally, I'm a big fan of like having a stay-at-home parent.
Yeah.
Mom or dad, either or, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. But to have a parent who knows what they want their kid to be like around is important.
Exactly.
Because like when you got a nanny around all the time, then they're away at school, and now with all this social media, they got all these different inputs of influence. And it's like you have no control of what your kid's going to be like anymore.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have complete control. I mean, obviously everyone's an individual, but like when it comes to ideas like if like a lot of like if you're Christian, you want your kids to be raised Christian. There's so much information outside now that you can't guarantee that. Like now your kid's gonna be 10 with some crazy idea about stuff because they heard like someone say it online. It's like
because I mean that's when you're the most influential.
Yep.
When you're a kid.
Oh, you're ball of clay, man.
And having, like you said, I mean having a parent, either or, like you don't have to be, doesn't have to be based on gender or money or anything like that. No,
it's like...
It's nice that it should be both parents, but it's, especially today's day and age, it's not realistic, for both parents to, be at the household and spend the exact same amount of time. Yep. One person's probably going to be working more than the other, or you're both going to be working a lot and you might be working at different times. And it's this person at this time, and mom at this time, dad at this time.
That's how I was. My parents worked opposite schedules. My mom worked in the morning, my dad worked at night. So all day I had a parent home when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And a parent should know their child. Yeah, like you said, when you have all these other people raising your kid, whether it be because, like you said, 8 hours a day the kid's at school. Then if they're being raised at home half of the day for a nanny, and basically the only time they're seeing their parents is when they're getting ready to lay down for bed and tucking them in, you don't know what they're for 3/4 of the day, what they're being told, what they're being influenced by. Yep. And then when shit does happen and kids do things and act out, whatever it may be, some shit more drastic than others, and the parents are shocked. But it's like... Did you even know your kid? Yeah, what input have you had on this kid's life to kind of dictate this situation? Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you've had a lot, you messed up. And if you had none, you messed up. Yes. It's like... Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just so hard these days. Because, again, so many resources for so many different things. And it's like... And then the hardest part got to be all the extreme views. There's no gray area in life anymore, dude. It's like, why can't just everybody just like let everybody? If you don't bother me, I won't bother you. You gotta be It's like you gotta be this way. You gotta accept this. Like this is right. This is. It's like, okay. First off, I believe in equality and freedom, and like you can believe what you want to believe and do what you want if you're not hurting anybody, but. Especially like when it comes to children, I'm a firm believer like you don't push other people. You can't raise other people's children. Definitely. You gotta let people parent their kids and do how they want. And at the end of the day, like facts are facts, and science is science, and right is right and wrong is wrong. But you can still have different views and different opinions. And still live side by side without the other one fucking hating the opposing one. Yeah, and the problem is too many pick and choose when they want to believe science. And don't know how to admit, decipher right from wrong. And it's okay to be wrong. Opinion from fact. It's okay to be wrong. No, people are... That's the thing. People don't think it's okay to be wrong. Nowadays, they can't accept it. Nowadays, you learn new information, change your opinion. People are like, oh, you hypocrite. It's like, dog, you can't grow as a person anymore. Yeah. Like, I came across new facts, and I'm educated on the subject that obviously I wasn't as educated on. Exactly. And now I change my opinion So, and that's why people are scared and don't want to admit like when they're wrong. Yeah, because they don't want to get bashed.
Yeah, because then it's like now they're not accepted on either side. Exactly. Everyone hates them now.
Yeah, because you're just like, you're the homie hopper. You're just bouncing around like fucking, oh yeah, I believe that, and then I believe that. It happens, but that's why you got to just not give a fuck with other people, because the people that really care about you, they're not going to, they're going to support you.
Oh, yeah.
Either way. But, yeah, today's day and age, like I said, I mean, raising kids, it'd be nice. I talk about like sometimes even homeschooling, like if I were to have kids.
Man, see, it's like that's another thing. You can't have a job and homeschool your kids.
Exactly.
And it's, man, a single income household these days just sounds insane.
Yeah.
Like,
it is. And I say that like about the homeschooling, but then I say, I would like my kids to have an experience of being able to go to school. Yeah, like just learning how to be social. Yes. And on top of like even with the bowling, I'm gonna be honest, I think bowling ain't as bad as people think it is. Bowling is fun as fuck.
I think bowling is fun as fuck. The problem is so many people just focus on the times they were bowling. Everybody bullies people. Yeah. That's just it. Kids, like we said, kids suck.
Oh, bowling, you said.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said
bowling.
No, bullying.
Oh, shit.
That shit, like, I mean, it gets you used to people not agreeing.
You can keep going.
Like, because people are extreme, obviously, with bullying. It gets out of hand with kids. They don't know any better. Yeah. But at the same time, it prepares you for life because adults are assholes. They will tell you straight to your face how they feel. And
a lot of people have done bullying, Yeah. Have done it. And even if you want to admit it or you don't want to, And I'm guilty of fucking doing it, Oh, yeah. Now when I fucking witness it, I hate it.
And you look back and you know you're an asshole for it.
And you know when you're wrong.
That's just it. It's like, I don't like...
admitting that is the hard part.
I'm not going to say I bullied someone in high school like I'm bragging about it. Yeah, no, it's like I'm just stating a fact. Like,
and you should. If you're a good person, it's going to make you feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that you hurt someone's feelings and you did something that you shouldn't have did. But, yeah, it's... Nowadays, people, like, they don't raise their kids to be tough enough to handle it.
It is another thing that starts at home because it's like you coddle your kids. They're right. They're perfect. Everything that like they can't do any wrong. Now they're told like they're doing things wrong and they don't know how to handle it. Yeah. It's like your parents have been lying to you. Mm-hmm. Like tell your kids when they make a mistake. Let them be sad. Exactly. Like you got to.
And just show them how to handle it.
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to handle it. Like, I've always been the type of guy that's like, if it's fuck me, then fuck you.
Yep.
If you want to fight about it, we can fight about it. And, like, my sisters are, like, not the same way. It's like... Yeah. And not everybody's going to be, like, as aggressive or as combative when they're in any type of situation like that, but... Still, like, knowing how to handle it, even if you are someone that's more sensitive and you're a little bit more calm and nonchalant in that situation, like, still knowing how to not let something like that defeat you.
Definitely.
As a person.
It's one of those things. There's so many people out there with something to say.
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to everybody,
especially
you're
with the social media and shit,
And, like, it's just, you gotta learn to just let people talk.
Yeah.
People are gonna talk. It's what they do. It's like, you're gonna let that... reading that sentence, like that 10 seconds or whatever that takes, or that one sentence someone told you, like you're gonna let that ruin your whole day.
Exactly.
Like now you're gonna
ruin your whole week. Like, yeah. 'Cause some people just can't get over it.
And it's like, okay, you want to get really mad about it? You know what that guy's thinking. You want to fight? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's just like waiting. Mm-hmm. Like you don't know people these days, man. You gotta be smart about who you pick problems with. If you're going to,
and letting
I don't pick
shit,
problems with anybody.
Just letting shit, like people, it's tough to develop that, and like it was tough for me to develop. Like I always like I said, I didn't need the validation, but I liked validation, and I liked being cool and whatnot. And Wanda, and then it, like I just one day was just like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck as much. You know what I mean? And it's a good feeling when you're like, all right, like the people that matter, obviously, and that you value their opinion.
Yep.
And they tell you stuff, and whether it's, you know, something that you need to hear, or they're just trying to better you, or they're trying to put you on something that might better you potentially. It's nice. And being able to like decipher between the constructive criticism and, you know, like some just fucking asshole, like, talking some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that relates back to just being okay with being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't know everything. No one knows everything.
Flat out.
Like,
flat out.
And it's just one of those things where, like, you, like, every day you should be trying to learn.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, with working out with form, you can always get better. Every day as a person, you can always get better.
Oh, yeah.
Always. And it's like, you gotta self-reflect.
Yeah.
Like, all the time, like, at work, I'm not really talking to nobody. I'm chilling in my station, chilling, just waiting for someone to pop up.
Yeah.
And it's like, that gives you so much time to just think and, like, look back at, like, things you've done, how you've acted in the past, and just kind of weigh things out. Like, even at night before bed, that's when everybody does it, right? You're trying to go to sleep, and you get all these thoughts that got you, that, like, you thought you forgot coming through your head.
Well, that's how some people don't even know themselves.
Yeah.
Because they don't spend time with themselves. Like, they're constantly needing the approval and the validation of others. And
another effect of social media.
Like, basing how they live off of how other people are going to react towards them.
Yup.
Instead of just living how they want to live.
Yeah.
Like, if everybody just did that and lived how they want to live and not gave a fuck. But that's hard. Especially for some people that aren't as outgoing or, you know, out there as other people. It's hard to fucking step out of that shell sometimes and be that person.
Yeah, and then a lot of times when that person does try to step out of their shell, the first person they talk to immediately rejects the idea.
Yeah,
and then they're just like, well, I'm never fucking doing this
on.
again.
Yeah, why did I even step out of my shell? Yeah, it's tough.
And then they add another layer to that shell, and then it just, like, yeah, it's sometimes, like, it's hard to change because if you're not in the right environment to promote it, like, again, if the first person you, like, say you're changing to says you're stupid, you're going to be like, oh, well, I guess that's a stupid
just
idea.
Completely discouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I feel like doing hard shit, doing challenging shit kind of helps out with that.
Yeah.
To help you kind of, like I said, whether it be going to the gym, like when I'm leaving the gym and I just got a good workout in, like, I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to say.
Right.
Like, I'm not worried about it, you know. Like, I feel like a bad motherfucker, you know, and it's the reward system that comes with putting in the work, getting there, showing up, doing it, grinding, and then you leave with that feeling, and you have the results physically and mentally and whatever. But it's just about getting to that point and showing up.
And it's crazy how many conversations we've had that all routed back to, like, it's like going to the gym. It's like working out.
Well, that's like
it's like good habits promote good habits.
Yeah.
Like, whether you want to fix your diet, you just want to get in better shape. If you start with your diet, you'll be more likely to want to work out. Yeah. Because you'll lose weight, but if you're not working out, you're not going to lose that body fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're 30% body fat and you lose weight just by dieting, doing cardio, you haven't gained muscle. You're still 30% body fat.
Yeah.
So now you're like, okay, now I want to build some muscle. Or vice versa, you start working out. You're like, all right, now I got to crack down on my diet. Then I'll really start to see things happening. And it's just like, or you want to focus on your sleep better.
Yep.
Because sleep is huge, man. We are cheating ourselves with how little we sleep. I don't know. Well, I say we.
How many hours you sleep a night?
Shit, like 5 probably.
Yeah.
Like,
you want more?
Man, I wish I could get 8. I wish I had.
I know.
But I get up at 4:30 every day. It's hard to be like 8:30. You're like, gotta go to bed.
How do people do it?
Dude, I don't. Especially summertime, bro. It's light out. It's like, man.
You know? And then sometimes you ain't even getting done. Like, you get off work and, like, you might stop somewhere, like, before you know it, it's like 6 p.m. You're like, dude, I still got like 3-4 things. I got a couple things left to do. I ain't even ate dinner yet. Man, I just fucking took a shot. Like, there ain't enough time in the fucking day, man.
There's not, and it's like that's what gets
hard. I
hard.
wish that I could get to bed, like you said. Yeah, if I could be to bed, like, for me personally, if I can get to bed before 11 o'clock, like, that's good for me.
Yeah,
because it's normally
right, like
shit casually like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, fucking
before you even know it.
2 o'clock. Like, shit, I damn near gotta wake up for work, and I'm just now about to fall asleep. It's fucking terrible. Man.
And I don't know about you, but I've been pretty locked into these finals lately. The NBA finals.
See, I haven't.
Man,
I haven't.
That shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because it's like, why is every game got to be 8:30? Like, I get the West Coast, but we're playing in Miami. Make that shit 5:30, bro.
Dude, that's
that's
like with the fucking the fights. Like, tomorrow is they got the UFC pay-per-views.
Okay. And
my boy was just asking me, he's like, "You going up to the bar?" And I'm like I'm like an old man. Like, a lot of the times I just fucking like, I watch it on my laptop at home, just laying in my bed. I'm like, because the fucking, they got the prelims, then they got the undercard, and it's like the main card, like the fights that you're really excited to see,
start
fucking kicking off at fucking 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like, by that time, bro, I've already been up. Like, I watched it, like, I'm ready to go to sleep. I fucking smoked a joint and shit like that.
You're like,
especially, like, if I go to the bar, I'm like, dude, I can't, like, if I go to the bar to start watching the fights at 8 o'clock, you're telling me I got to sit at the bar for fucking 4 hours till I see the main event? Spending, like, not to mention, I'm going to be fucking probably piss wasted by the time the main event comes.
Straight up. Dude, for sporting events, I never understood the appeal to going to bars.
Yeah.
Like, the Lions' last game against Green Bay, my friend was like, "You guys want to go to the bar and watch it?" I'm like, "No, like, we're going to go to the bar, barely watch the game." And the thing is, I like hearing the commentators. Yeah. Because, like, there's things like there's a penalty or something. Like, the hell happened there? Like, you don't get the explanation.
It's much cooler, like, watching it at a buddy's house.
Yeah. Especially because you can smoke weed then.
Yeah, you can just have a case, bro. Everybody brings a fucking dish, have some good
which
food.
Is way cheaper.
Yeah.
Buying beer and drinking at home.
Dude, it's not the same. It's not the same going out. Like I said, sometimes you can find a cheap spot, like Shooters,
Okay,
or
over
some,
at
like
15 in Utica there.
Yeah, like that place. Or there was a spot, I forgot the name of it. It used to be, like, right over on, like the 9 Mile and Groesbeck area.
9 and Groesbeck.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar.
Little fucking,
Okay.
Little fucking pool bar,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just
those hole in the walls, man. Those are the place to go.
It was a little alcoholics bar. Like, but I'm telling you, you go in that fucking joint, you get a bucket of beer, fucking have a couple shots, maybe get some fucking a little burger or something.
Yup.
Well, $20, dude, $25. I'm telling you.
Honestly, the reason I go out
you
is
can't
for
find
the food.
That shit.
I don't drink, so I'm just there to hang out and eat. You know, so it's like,
yeah.
And man, when they got pool tables, that makes it so much better. Yeah. Like I said, those hole in the walls, that it's like, one, they're not gonna be crazy crowded with assholes.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a lot of regulars, a lot of cool people.
Yep.
Exactly. You never know. Yeah, playing pool is fucking. I love me a good game of pool.
Man, it's been so long since I played. I got a pool table in my basement that's just been buried for years, man.
Yeah, because once you move them motherfuckers anywhere, you ain't fucking moving them again for a long time.
Hell no,
them fucking things are heavy.
Man, yeah, they are a bitch. But yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I played all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, had my own stick. I mean, you have your own table. You I'm gonna get my own stick. We got the table for free from my dad's friend.
That's badass.
When I was really young, so I didn't have to help move it in and other. So that fire. Was dope.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, it's just so cool. Now
having a pool table, is fucking awesome. My cousin had one growing up. It's the fucking coolest shit.
Yeah.
Pool's fucking good. Some of the motherfuckers, man, though, are crazy. I got a buddy that's really good at pool, man. My buddy, I mean, Dennis.
Oh, yeah, Kostas?
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker, dude, on the pool table. Yeah. Yeah, that was our spot. Like I said, that was that spot we used to go to. We would get off of work, go up there, dude. Like I said, have a couple beers, couple shots, man. They would have a fucking free pool on Wednesdays.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
So it was the perfect little spot, after work, get off, have a drink. And I'm not really a big drinker either. Like, it's more just like a social thing for me. Mm-hmm. I can't, like, fucking go home after work and, like, just go have, like, a drink, like, at the house.
Man, like that makes
Gotta
sense
have a
to me.
joint.
Like when people do drink, because like we were saying, like we come home from work, smoke a joint. Like if someone comes home, their thing is have a beer. That's cool.
Yeah,
but the people who like get drunk on a daily basis,
dude. Some people,
it's like
that's an alcoholic.
Like, yeah,
and some people live like that.
And it's not even just getting drunk. Like if you have 3 beers a night, that's kind of like
I get too
even
drunk,
that's
I fall
a problem.
asleep.
And then the calories, like a shot of Jack has like 130 calories.
Yeah. So that's it.
You take
you don't
4 or
drink
5
at all,
shots.
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
I used to.
Yeah,
I mean,
people don't understand like how much that affects your body.
Yeah, and
physically.
Again, I started working out, and honestly, I never really enjoyed drinking. I never liked the taste of alcohol. Rum and Coke was my go-to.
Yeah.
If it was a little too strong, I'd sit on that for an hour, man.
Yeah, really.
Like I was not a big fan of it.
No, yeah, it's not for.
And
everybody.
you're so loose when you're drunk, like sloppy almost, and it's just.
Not to say, like I said, I mean, having nothing wrong with going out and having drinks. Like I like to go out and have drinks.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm like you said, I'm not a big, and I'm not a fucking like. I'm a lightweight, you know.
Yeah, and
I gotta pace myself.
I have no problem with people drinking. It's the people who can't handle it, like the guys who get wasted and then are out of control and try to fight people. Like what? Like really? Like, and those are the people that are always drunk. Like you don't know how to handle your shit yet.
That's what I always say. Like when people like make a comparison, like as to like weed and alcohol, like you're never gonna see anybody doing that from smoking weed.
Yeah,
you know,
you smoke a weed to calm down that situation. Like
alcohol can do, and it. I was just recently finding out about how alcohol affects your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you drink alcohol, it puts off your is it your REM sleep?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So like if you're drunk. Just as opposed to like make sense, like when you fall asleep and you're drunk still when you fall asleep, you're not really your body just basically like shut, but you're not really getting deep sleep.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Interesting, yeah.
Which is sleep is basically healing.
It's interesting.
Self-healing.
It's interesting you say that because this strongman Mitchell Hooper, who actually won World's Strongest Man this year, said that like the night before competitions, he's not a big drinker, but he'll have a beer the night before competition, drink a little bit because it helps him sleep better. Yeah. Like he falls asleep more easily. He feels like, and it's crazy how like because that's probably like for excessive drinking that it really fucks you up. Yeah,
see that's the thing. No, having a beer,
that's moderation, man.
Because you're not even gonna. You got to think like having a beer like that might have maybe get him buzzed and helped him fall asleep, but still like. Even you got to think, even if you were to fall asleep, like with a buzz, if you weren't asleep, like you would shake off a buzz in what 30 minutes. Yeah. So after that first 30 minutes of being asleep, you're gonna end up eventually falling into as to where like if you're pissed drunk, and you fall asleep and you're only asleep for 6 hours, but your body is still like you still went to sleep drunk. You were drunk for a couple hours, like so. Technically, you really only got what half that in actual deep sleep.
And a lot of people like it's not uncommon for people to like, I woke up drunk from the night before.
Yeah, right.
It's like really,
for
like,
real. And it happened. Shit, it's happened to me. Like I wake up literally, and I mean you're still drunk.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
man. Hangovers are no joke. That's one thing that made it easy to stop drinking.
I hate hangovers.
Because it's like, that's another thing. Like, I'd either have one drink or I'd be getting fucking drunk.
Yeah.
And it's like...
That was my problem when I first started drinking. I did not know how to pace myself.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like... And again, you're just so sloppy when you're wasted. It's like... when I was in college, that's when I started drinking a little bit. Just on weekends. Broke college student, I'm not getting fucked up. And even worse, my plan would be to dehydrate myself throughout the day so I wouldn't need to drink as much later on at night when I'm partying.
And then that always fucks you up too.
Oh, yeah.
Because then your stomach gets fucked up.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I blacked out fucking one night, and it's like, the next day you're like, what the fuck did I do? Like, that's just, it's a shitty feeling when you don't remember the night before. And some
people, like, do that all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how they live.
And that's another thing. Weed doesn't make you black out smoking weed, you're asleep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like,
yeah, and that's the thing. And then you make decisions, sometimes that you end up regretting. And that's why it's nice to go out and have some drinks, get wasted or whatever, but That's what goes with the whole reaping what you sow. You fucking go out and get too wasted and then do some dumb shit, and then the next day you're fucking sitting there, regretting like it. You got to do what you got to do, you know, take care of what you did.
Yup. And again, like, the social aspect is cool. Because, like, some people, like, they do go to the bar to hang out with their friends and everything. Yeah. And that's fine,
and
man.
It can help fucking break the ice.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going on a first date,
yup,
you know, someone that's very has anxiety or high strung, you know, they might go out and have a beer with dinner on a date, and that helps them kind of loosen up and feel good.
Yeah.
But that same guy could have fucking 2 or 3 beers or maybe a couple shots, and instead of like him just feeling a little bit loose, now he's fucking
like
piss wasted, you know, acting a fool in front of the date and whatnot and shit like that. That's the whole thing. It's just about moderation.
Definitely.
You know,
with
managing
everything.
it. Yeah.
Even with weed, I'll admit I probably smoke more than I should.
Yeah, right. If
if
there is such a thing.
Like,
yeah, me too.
Weekends, obviously, you go a little crazier when you ain't got to work the next day.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, during the week, I'm smoking, like, 3, sometimes 4 blunts a day.
Hell yeah.
And it's all after, like, 4:30.
What do you smoke? What kind of blunts you smoke?
So, normally, I'll smoke... I just get a zigzag wraps.
Yeah, okay.
Get the 4-pack.
Hell yeah.
I usually buy them by the box.
The zigzag are nice. They're so easy to roll up.
I just hate splitting.
A chick put me on those. Yeah, a chick put me on those, and I never was like, I always used to just fucking smoke. When I first smoked weed, I smoked like White Owls.
White Owls, that's where I started. I've never liked Swishers.
Really? Yeah,
Games. I've been on Games lately.
A pack of the OGs right here. The White Owls, the green sweets.
White grape is that flavor though.
That white grape, man. And they burn so slow.
Dude, you ever smoke Games?
Smoke that shit. Yeah, I love the game blues.
Yeah,
the game green.
I've been getting some
mango. They got a lot.
Yeah,
I've been getting
pretty
decent leaves too.
Dude, they give me so much higher than the zigzags. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I'll be smoking them and it's like, me and my bro be smoking. We look at each other, we're like, bro, what the fuck?
It's even like, because as opposed to like smoking a White Owl like that or a backwood, because the tobacco.
Yeah, that's got to be the big difference.
Like if there's more tobacco in there, it's going to get you higher because you're basically getting a tobacco. You're getting a buzz from the tobacco.
Yep.
And you're getting blowed from the weed.
Yeah.
So
when I really want to splurge, I'll get a Capone.
Yeah.
Fucking, man, those are nice.
Yeah.
Like not having usually like I still gotta lick it a little bit just to get it stick real nice. Yeah. But you just peel that strip, man, and like it'll hold. It may not look like it, but it holds.
I've had like a phase where I smoked everything. Like I smoked White Owls, Swishers, Games, Backwoods, Dutches. Yeah, Dutches. The Java Fusion. Yeah, those were the fire.
Yup.
But now I smoke mostly like joints. If I go out, like, and I know there's gonna be like I might be smoking with some people, like I might get some blunt wraps.
Yeah, blunts are better when you're with people. I wish I smoked joints more, just because, I mean, I'd save a lot of weed.
Yeah.
But, man, blunts they burn better.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, papers run. And they constantly go out.
A blunt, that's the thing. Like, a joint, like, you smoke a joint, but, like, a blunt blows, if you get what I mean.
Yup.
Like, you can blow that motherfucker, you know, and it just hits different. I do sometimes, and then when I do smoke a blunt, I'm like, man, I miss, especially if you... My one boy is like the best. He rolls the best blunts. Like anytime I'm with him, I gotta have him roll the blunt. Sometimes he gets sick of it, but I'm like, you already know. Like, I'm not gonna like he can. It's fat because that's the thing with the blunt. It's like you don't want to put too little in there and have it like soggy at the end, and like there's got to be a bigger piece at the end because you don't want the end like
the Scooby snacks and shit,
you know. And then if you roll it too fat and it's too tight and it's not broke down enough and it ain't fucking hitting, you know, you're trying to suck on it. It's like, so rolling a blunt, man. If someone can roll a good blunt, that shit is a fucking form of art for real.
Man, low key.
Now that I'm older, with my joints too, like. I just want to smoke that shit, dude. So I'm just fucking licking it. Like my buddy the other day, he's telling me, he's like, man, he's like, you gotta fucking someone's got to teach you how to roll joints. I'm like, look here, motherfucker.
I mean, you use filters. That's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
When I roll joints, I could not figure out how to get a filter to stay in there, man.
I love the little raw filters, man. Buy them in the pack. And,
oh, yeah, those are clutch.
Yeah, just put them in the zigzag as I roll. And like I said, I've been rolling now for a while, so.
Okay.
But like I said, and I can make it, like if I wanted to, I can make a joint look like a fucking, like a dispensary joint, you know? Like
take the time and everything, yeah.
But like I said, I'm like, dude, I'm rolling this joint. Like sometimes I fucking gotta roll like 3 or 4. Like I'm about to just stick them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But,
man, that's my problem. Every time I roll a blunt, I gotta make sure the ends are packed. Like I always go through all the steps. So it's like I'll roll one and I'm like, fuck, I gotta roll another one. Like whenever you're going somewhere, it's like
it's
shit.
a burden. That's the one thing.
But then with
that's
the zigzags,
one thing about smoking weed.
with the zigzags, like not having to split them, it makes it that much easier because that's one less step.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanna be rolled. Like sometimes you get a shitty pack where like they're all folded up, but you get a good pack. Like I bought a box the other day or a few weeks ago, perfect. I just finished that box. Every wrap, not a single crease.
Nice.
I was amazed.
And the zigzags got some good flavors.
I just get the straight ups.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, again, like I still like to taste the weed.
Yeah, they blow. Yeah.
Yeah, and they do burn faster than other like games and white owls and that.
No,
they
the white
burn
owl
faster,
is the king of fucking burning slow.
Man, dude,
You smoke any wax?
Little bit. I don't like if someone has it, I will.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be. I don't buy wax.
Yeah.
I want to get a pen, but at the same time, I don't want that constant access.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I had to get off. I used to be smoking the weed vapes and shit and vapes. I mean, I smoke cigarettes, but yeah. Other than that, like I was smoking, like I just smoked cigarettes and then I smoked weed, but I love the dab.
Yeah,
I mean, the wax.
They fuck me up, man.
Dude,
like,
that shit. That's the thing. It's like it's not like I could just dab, like you know what I mean. All the
man, I worked at a Buddy's Pizza for a couple of years, and during that time, I did get a little e-rig, was getting wax and shit. Dude. I'd be chilling in my car, fucking taking, dude. I'd walk into work, bro, gone, and like, man, those restaurant jobs are different. Like, no one gives a fuck.
No. Your eyes could be fucking bloodshot red. That was the same thing when I used to cook.
I'd smoke like a roach blunt on my way there, like just stinking like a roach.
Yeah,
not even trying to hide it.
Yeah.
And no one says a word to me. Like the cook would be like, "Bro, you reek right now," and it's like I just laugh.
No, yeah, they're just glad that you showed up. They need you for the day.
Yeah, right.
So.
They're like, we can't afford to send them home.
Yeah.
So
no, that wax, that shit'll fucking. Man, I had one time I was at a family event. And I had my niter collector.
Ooh,
and I had some wax.
Those are dope. I fuck with those niter.
I let my uncle hit my wax. Tell him. We're in the car. I said, it's like me and some of my cousins and my uncle. And I'm like, yeah, this is like weed. We're like telling him what it is. I'm like, but it's like super strong weed. It's like, I'm telling him, I'm like, when you hit it, because it's just a nectar collector. You put it on the dish, dab it.
Yep.
Said you don't got to hit it super hard. Like, don't hit it hard. Tell him, do not hit it super hard. Fucking heat it up, dude. Hand it to him. What do you think he does, bro? Sticks that fucking thing right in the middle. Like, you just see it fucking milky as fuck in there, dude.
Oh,
and
man.
He's fucking coughing his ass off,
no
dude.
Way you don't.
Sweating and shit. We're all, like, laughing like he's all fucked up.
Man.
He's stoned. He gets out of the car, goes back in. We're at like a hall like type place or whatever. Like I said, family event, and all of a sudden, like I see people in my family like carrying my uncle out. Like they're carrying him out. He's like passed out. They're freaking out. I'm high as a fucking kite. Like thinking like, did I just fucking kill my uncle? Like what the fuck's going on, dude? Man. They come out. They fucking call 911 and
Holy shit.
Dude, they come and I'm like thinking like, then they're all going around, they're yelling, they're like, who gave him something? What'd you guys give him? And I'm like, at the time, I think I was like maybe like 19, 20, like man. Something like that. Like, and I'm just like thinking like, dude. And I just came, I'm like, I just gave him like, I'm like, it's just weed. I tell them, I'm like, he's just high. Like, and they're not even know. And then literally the fucking paramedics come, they fucking splash some water on him, get him hydrated and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's fucking like opening his eyes and he's stoned, dude. Just stoned. I'm talking about like.
Oh, I could only imagine, man.
Dude, I felt bad. And then after like when everything was done, he was leaving with my aunt. My aunt was fucking pissed off, dude. And my uncle's in the passenger seat, high as a kite. And I go up to the car after. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, Uncle. I'm like, I didn't know it was gonna fuck you up like that. And he's like this, like eyes all fucked up, like can't barely even talk. He's like, it's okay, nephew. He wasn't pissed and shit like that. But I'm like, man, that's the thing. Like even my pops smokes weed. And like he can smoke weed and shit like that, but I've let him hit the wax like one time, but he didn't hit it too hard. But that shit he can't like handle that because even like the weed like we smoke now, like man, it ain't like how it used to be back in the day.
My
like,
dad
that
tells me all the time,
get
man,
you high as a motherfucker.
My dad smokes as much as I do, and like back in the day, man, he's like so my brother grew for a while, and. We were going in the backyard, and he's like, I'm going to get some males. I'm going to kind of crossbreed a little bit, experiment with this. Okay. This dude fucks around. Dog, we had like a little over a pound come winter. Dude, the amount of seeds, insane.
Ooh,
my brother, because like what you're supposed to do to control it, you put a garbage bag over the plant, then like you cut holes, pull some stems out, or the branches, whatever.
Okay.
And then you can get them individually like that. Okay. That way only a few branches have the seeds on them. Well, he just grabs this male plant, starts shaking it over all these fucking plants. So, like, they all had a bunch of seeds. And my dad...
That's the shittiest fucking thing.
My dad was... my dad
growing up, even be good weed,
like 60s, 70s. Oh, it was such good weed. Mm-hmm. But my dad knew how to get the seeds out of it. He showed us all the tricks. Yo. He's like, all the weed I got when I was younger had seeds in it, man. He's like, this is nothing new to me.
Beans, yeah, yeah.
Oh, get that beaner every once in a while.
You can smell it.
Smelling, man, stinks.
Yeah, I've had bud I've had bud that was crazy. I remember the first time I ever seen bud that was basically all seeds. Like, man. It was like the nug was basically like a beehive with the like seeds, and like you're basically like in one nug there'd be like 10 seeds.
It's crazy.
It was crazy.
It is insane.
But the thing is, like, when you separate all the seeds and like get the actual weed from it, that's the thing. Like it could be like a fucking 2-gram nug, like a 1.5 gram nug.
Oh, it's all seeds.
And it's like 0.5 of it is weed after you get all the seeds. Like, it can be like a whole fucking gram of fucking seeds, and you're like, but the weed could still be good.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. People put too much
that's just how
pride in how it looks.
That's just how, critical, like, the whole growing procedure is. Yeah. Like you said, it's just little minor shit that can fucking...
Yep. But yeah, the secret of getting seeds out of weed, so you grind up, you dump it on a tray, you tip the tray up, and like you got a pack of papers or something, you use it, and like you just kind of siphon it, and the seeds will roll down the tray, and the weed will stay up on top.
Okay.
And like it takes a few go arounds to get all the seeds out, but just that simple little angle, let gravity do its thing. Yeah. Round things roll, man.
Hell yeah. The OG tell you that?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That shit came in handy.
I'm telling you, dude. Man. They know the tricks.
Entire winter, man.
It's been around, man. It's been around, but it's fucking changed a lot.
Yeah.
It's strong now. The other day I fucking went to the dispo. And, because, I mean, for the longest time, I was just a street guy, getting
every once in a while you still go back. I'll still go back. I mean, that street stuff's different.
The dispo, man, it's just like I always say it's like Toys R Us for adult smokers.
Dude, straight up.
Like, you go in there and they just got everything, man, and it's just like now, like everything's got the THC percentage, and you're fucking seeing the concentrate level, and it's telling you about the terpenes, and it's some
crazy
of that
the
shit
amount
is
of detail
so
we have
fucking
about it.
Strong. Like my boy, that he smokes fire, man, and I go over his house, and I mean the other day he had me smoke this shit, water hash.
Water hash.
Dude, this shit is like $80 a gram.
Oh my god.
Type shit. Like pure, like The shit was like it was like white, like diamondy, like literally like powder. Dude, I'm telling you, man. You take a dab of that shit. And like I said, I'm a smoker.
I could only imagine.
And I go and I'm like, I can't even fucking like. I'm just so high, and it's just crazy.
Man,
how fast that shit just like.
And like it's so unnecessary.
Now everybody's trying to have the best shit
yeah.
and be the top, so it's like it just keeps getting better and better and better.
I'd take that budget shit, 2 for 100 ounces, man.
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah,
because it's cheap, like because of the looks.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like shit, and sure, it's only 20% THC.
Yeah,
but fuck. Gonna get you high,
weed,
man.
Yeah, exactly. Most weed, that's all you know. And that's the thing. Some people like go for like it's got to be a name brand. It's got to be Zaza. It's got to be like. Trust me, like I definitely want to smoke. Like I don't smoke shitty weed.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna be out here like fucking just spending a fuck ton of money on weed when I
definitely
can get weed that's just as good, you know,
yep.
in my opinion,
dude,
for a better price.
I'm not against smoking shake.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like you get premium shake.
I've done it.
Premium shake, that's the premium bud. Just looks ugly.
Yeah.
It's gonna get you as high as that premium
it's like
shit.
You gotta pick through the stems and like the shitty
leaves and shit. Like, it's not great. But like my street
taste is good, but like you said, there's good shake.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
there's just like there's good and bad bud, there's good and bad shake.
My street dude always got some fire.
Yeah.
So it's like every once in a while he'll hit me up like, "Yo, I got a couple ounces of shake. It's yours for $60, $100." Whatever. Like, fuck yeah, run that shit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because it's still gonna, and it's like, it's not leafy or stemmy, a little bit, but for the most part, just like ground up weed.
If you get better shit, yeah. I mean, I know a buddy that used to work at the dispensary, and they were fucking killing it. Like, that was their main thing. Like, a lot of older people, too. Like, they were coming in there. People love that shit.
Yeah.
They get a whole fucking 5 grams, you know what I'm saying, for like, shit like that. Like, specials like that. It's so fucking cheap.
And when you get that cheaper stuff, you can get quantity then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, it doesn't get you as high. You can afford to smoke that second joint, that second blow, whatever. Like, you can smoke more because you have more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when you're smoking it, no one knows how it looks.
Yeah.
I smoked these $50 ounces. You know how many people like, man, that shit smell fire as fuck.
Flat
you got
out.
that Zaza, bro. It's like, fuck no.
Flat out.
Like, I had one dude at a dispo damn near shamed me for it. Like, my brother was looking at, like, the 2 for 150 ounces.
Yeah.
And he's like, you see anything you want? I was like, I'm actually trying to, like, I'm looking at the 2 for 100. He's like, well, that's not as good of weed. It's like, fucking no shit. But,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
but I don't,
Yeah, like, I'm going to get high.
It's all about preference. Yeah, some people are like, it's got to smell a certain way or it's got to look a certain way.
Yeah, plus, I mean,
like,
I smoke so much.
I think it's nice when it all kind of goes together.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, if the shit gets me high, it gets me high.
Straight up.
You know, that's
like
when you're smoking
I'm not
weed,
picky.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't taste like straight garbage.
Yeah, or give you a headache or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, it's, man. Yeah, weed is like, again, people just, it's become such a vanity type of thing.
Yeah, they're fucking
where it's like, if it doesn't look good, everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And yet there ain't one closer than like
Especially
20 minutes from my house.
Especially in Michigan. Like, I go all over Michigan for work. And I'm telling you, the dispensaries are everywhere.
The billboards all along the expressway and
city.
shit.
Every fucking city. North, east, southwest, the suburbs, dude, the sticks, the city.
And I don't care what nobody.
Everywhere.
Michigan got good weed.
Good weed.
We got good weed here.
Michigan is very fucking. We are pioneers of weed.
Yeah,
Michigan.
I mean, Ann Arbor. Fucking
obviously, shout out to Cali.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
classic.
Cali's the OG. But at the end of the day, Michigan. I mean, we're ahead of a lot of other states, man. There's some of these states you go to, dude. They don't even know what good weed is.
Yeah,
still smoking that fucking bullshit. Some dirt, dude.
Especially like where it's not legalized, because like that's all they got.
That's what I'm.
Because, dude, legalizing it now, there's such a competitiveness.
When I think about places that still just don't have it legalized,
yeah, even like just medicinally, man. Like, I'll be straight up with you. If weed was only medicinal, like legally, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah,
because I mean that's what it's important for.
Yeah,
I don't need weed to get high.
But I still think it should just be legal recreationally everywhere.
Just off of the fact that alcohol and cigarettes are legal.
Literally, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Like, I'm not
How does
even
it
gonna
make any sense?
I'm not even gonna argue that weed's better for you. I don't need to make that argument. I say the same thing
almost with mushrooms too.
Yeah,
those you could though. Because
that scares people more because of the psychedelic aspect, the tripping. But that's still, because that's all people associate it with.
Exactly.
You microdose, man. Like we were saying, it's an energy boost, dude. I've played softball on like half a gram.
For real?
Yeah,
that's fire,
dude. It fucked me up at first, like in the outfield and shit. Like depth perception's fucked up. Like they hit the ball and I'm like, fuck, like where's it going, like,
dude?
But then like you get used to it.
A lot of people fucking do that shit.
I've golfed on shrooms. That was fun.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. I was up at a Indian River up by Sheboygan, kind of.
Okay,
up, like,
I
in
did some
Michigan.
work up there in Onaway.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And beautiful course. And my buddy has a place up in Sheboygan, or his aunt and uncle do. We were staying at, so we went to Indian River golf. Okay. And we took shrooms. Great time. Fucking most fun round of golf I've ever had.
Yeah.
The following year we went back up there, golfed the same course, no mushrooms. Worst time of my life, man.
Really?
Dude, it's like I was golfing so bad. Like when I was on shrooms, I didn't care about how I was doing.
Oh yeah.
Like my buddy pulled up next to me one time, me and my brother in the car. He pulls up, looks at us, we just start laughing. Not a single word was said. He just looks like
because you're just enjoying everything.
Yeah. Dude, shit's so vivid.
I feel like the mushrooms just help you with that flow state.
Yeah.
Like it just helps you kind of just flow and like you kind of take
it relaxes you, man. Like you can't get mad.
No.
You can't get
mad. Your energy is just different.
Yeah.
But it's like after a while sometimes it's nice. Like sometimes I'd be like, all right, maybe I need to like take a little break.
Oh, definitely, and it's good to have that control too.
Yeah,
because like with everything we've been saying, moderation. You take shrooms every day, there's gonna be side effects.
Yes, exactly.
Because I mean, everything's like that. I'll even say with weed, like I'm always tired.
Yeah,
that could be because of this not getting good sleep, not getting proper food, like having kind of a bullshit diet.
Yeah,
but the weed ain't helping.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I say the same thing.
Like, and it's good to know that you don't have a dependency. Like when I had to take the 3 weeks off, like other than the crazy dreams, I had no problem doing it. Like I wasn't waking up every day like, fuck, I can't smoke weed. Like no, like and not having my brother at home was good too because we would smoke together all the time. Like it's just like a habit at that point. So him not being there, I didn't have that pressure to smoke. I was just chilling in my room, gaming, doing whatever, and just fucking. Not even thinking about it.
Yeah. That's why I always, too, don't feel guilty, like, about, like, smoking a lot of weed and, like, enjoying it because, like, I know I could quit.
Yeah. It's like...
It's not something that it's, like,
What makes it hard is when it is habit. Like, you get home from work, you're like, fuck, I can't smoke.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. But when it's, like, once you get past that, it's, like, you're not shaking. You're not having withdrawals, like maybe a little more anxious depending on why you were smoking, like if you had an actual reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, like day to day, I'm not angry. Like I'm not like there's not those negative side effects like if you just cut out alcohol or cigarettes cold turkey.
Oh yeah.
Like
you could get fucking severely sick when you are getting off fucking alcohol, man.
Especially cold turkey. Like if you
can die,
dude. Yeah, if you drink heavily, ease your way off.
Yeah,
like just slowly cut back. Like
there's people like fucking like that go in jails and shit like that, and they're with motherfuckers that are fucking like literally withdrawing from alcohol, like fucking throwing up and like
it's crazy.
sick and shit like dude, fucking it is. So like I say, that shit's crazy, man, and it's legal.
Yeah,
make weed legal everywhere.
Promoted too, like. Like you're almost shunned if you don't drink. Like you say you don't drink. Why? Why does it matter why I don't drink? I don't drink.
Yeah.
Like if you tell me you don't smoke weed, I'm not gonna give you 20 questions about it. Like it's not for everybody. Like
what about fucking Bud Light? Everybody's canceling them.
Oh man, it's crazy. I mean, people try to humanize these companies.
Yeah.
And it's like they're just trying to make profit. It's an untouched market. Like, can you blame them for trying?
No, I mean, that's like, just, everybody's doing that.
Whether you agree with it or not, these companies need money.
At the end of the day, that's what it all is always about.
Yeah.
You know?
They may not.
Money. And, I mean, you know, people do have their own, like, personal agendas and shit like that. But at the end of the day, you know, if you don't want to support it, you don't have to support it.
Definitely. And
so it's like, it's okay.
The thing that bugs me is like how mad people get about the inclusion stuff. Like with the Little Mermaid recently being black, people flipping out about that.
Yeah, like,
it's like,
what the fuck? Who cares?
People have such a hard problem seeing the other side of the line.
Yeah,
it's like being white growing up. Everybody on TV is white. Like you don't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then put yourself in the shoes of like that black kid growing up who only watches white people on TV.
Yeah.
Like now, like imagine them being able to see someone like them be a superhero, like with Black Panther.
Yeah.
That had such a huge effect on people because it made them feel involved and seen.
Why would you get offended by that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it blows my mind.
Just goes to show some people who they really are.
Yup.
Because like if something like that offends you or triggers you, then you must feel some type of way.
Yeah.
About that whole situation.
Or like even with interracial couples, like people like, oh, they're trying to force it down our throat. Why? Because like they're trying to put a real thing that happens in life in TV.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're making
There's
stuff
just some stuff like, you know, I feel like some shit shouldn't be pushed as strongly, even though in America it's about like freedom and freedom of speech, like especially when it comes to children.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, children don't know. So like being gay is like something that's been around for you know.
Shit,
I mean,
forever.
I don't know when the fucking first gay person came out, like, but
you hear
about, even when I was younger, like my mom has a gay friend, you know, a gay guy friend, and I mean, growing up, like I knew he acted a little weird, but I didn't know gay. Even when like you were a kid and you were like, yeah, you're gay, like you don't really know gay, until you're older and you start to know about like sex and stuff like that, and even then, like. And, you know, people that aren't gay, you know, some people can't really understand. Like, you know, if you're a straight person, you're like, how is someone attracted to... Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But trying to, like I said, like a kid doesn't know and a kid shouldn't know. Because it's not a kid's place. Like, until you're, like, an adult and you're ready to, like, fully comprehend, like, the whole situation. And same thing with, like, gender and all that. Like, I feel like with kids... There's a limit.
Definitely.
And especially like because parents should have some type of say and whatnot, like of what their kids are like taking in. But
and, like especially in the aspect of like how moldable a kid is.
Exactly.
And how little of a clue they really have about reality.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're giving them all these ideas. Now they have some like off the wall question a kid has. Like they're like, what if I am a chick? And it's like now there's a path to go with that. And on one hand, it's like just a kid not really knowing what the hell's going on with them.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, it's like, okay, maybe that is a real thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know what goes through the heads of these people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a psychiatrist or nothing. Like, maybe it is more real than people like to give it credit for.
Mm-hmm.
But I do it, like, at a young age, like, you don't need the same exposure. Yeah. Like, be taught to accept people. There's a way to teach equality and acceptance without like forcing ideas on people.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm okay with it in media, because it does like show people like, yeah, these people exist. They are still people.
Yeah.
Where like in schools, I think there should be a little bit more separation.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're there to learn about math and history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, not these crazy social ideas of politics.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a touchy area.
Yeah, it is.
Time and place.
It is. And that's the thing. It's like you said, you can make the argument that, you know, even if it is in media, like, if you feel like it shouldn't be, well, at the same time, you can control what your kid sees to an extent.
Yeah.
But... at the same time, there's sometimes where a parent can't be like where their kid at, like for school, for instance. So if there is something like that that's showing and they're not being able to be there to manage that, then it's kind of out of their hands. And then that's where you get to the people that are like, well, it just shouldn't be in kids stuff at all because I don't want my kid to know. So it's a fucking, it's like you said, it's one of those areas to where you can make argument. And I'm very like blessed. I came from a family that was very, two parents that were very like non-judgmental, like
that's good.
Yeah, and even though like they still have their own, beliefs and values and morals and whatnot, but still like that never deterred them. Like, I mean, I have gay people in my family.
Yep.
I know. I mean, I've never been, as long as at least during my adult mature life, like I've always been accepting of everybody.
I mean, you gotta be, because
but
like,
just don't I'm a very firm person though, is like to not force it on kids or adults. Like, it can be out there, whatever. Like, if you want to be gay, you want to be trans, whatever it is. Like, I could care less if you're a cool person. But, like, don't try to convince me that, like, to believe something that you want me to believe.
Yo, 100%. And it's crazy because, like, I remember, like, being a kid, there's no politics in school.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe that was what some people would say that's kind of a problem these days. But it shouldn't be. We're kids.
No,
we're there to have fun, learn. Like,
kids have to be kids. They shouldn't know anything about politics or fucking like switching their gender and shit like that. Like, because kids need to be able to be kids,
and it brings extremes. Bring extremes.
Yeah.
So, like, on one end, you're learning these extreme liberal views with like trans, right, LGBTQ, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, you go home, you have strict right wing parents who are like, no, that's wrong, all this crazy stuff.
And the kid can't fucking handle
has
that.
no idea what to think.
Yeah.
And, like, it just brings more hate because no extreme view even tries to see the other side.
Yep.
It's like you just build walls around your ideas and you're like, yep, this is how it is. Mm-hmm. And it's just not healthy. Like, you got to try and picture yourself in someone else's situation.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. It's just like, it's a blessing and a curse. Like, America is just like, it's so nice because it's like we're built on that freedom.
Yep.
And like we all enjoy it so much and like we pride ourselves on it, and then it's like that freedom can lead to like major things being something that you don't agree with, but you agree with freedom.
Yeah, so it's
and that
like,
brings that controversy.
But then that's when it comes down to, but what I do is right, what you do is wrong.
Well, that's what I say. At the end of the day, there's a difference between fact and opinion, and there's always right and wrong.
Definitely.
And sometimes there's two ways that one might not be more right than the other, but they both might not necessarily be wrong.
Exactly. Like, a lot of people like to compare things, like, with the whole gender thing, like, a man's a man, a woman's a woman, no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's true, but then, like, you start pumping estrogen or testosterone into someone, mm-hmm. and their chemicals change. Yeah. Like, the chromosomes don't, these other things don't. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, it's so hard to tell people, like, things are such fact when there's so many different ways to approach things. Yeah. Like,
but there's always those signs.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's religion and all that stuff. Like, it's, and that makes people have certain distinct, values and opinions and beliefs. But at the end of the day, like, science is science. And it's like, there's certain things that can be obtained mm-hmm. in different ways. But, if you're a fucking guy, you're a guy. And if you're a girl, you're a girl. And it's like, you can want to be whatever you want. But, like, there's only two genders.
Yeah.
Yup. And, I mean, I hate to be, like I said, I'm not a judgmental guy. I'm just a guy that, like, I believe in, like, just logic and, like, science. And it's like
100%. Yeah.
If you're a guy and you're a feminine guy and you want to wear girl clothes and you are homosexual and you want to fucking, like, that's what it is to me. Like, I feel like it's that, but you feel like you want to justify it almost by, like, and I could be completely wrong. Like, And like I said, even if I am, this is completely one of those things that's an opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, and that's just it, separating opinion from fact.
Exactly.
Because, like, fact, there's two genders. Like, I'm not religious. I've based all my opinions off of science.
Mm-hmm.
There's two genders. Like, there's stuff like that are just true.
Yeah.
It's been proven, studied, all this stuff.
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah, but then there's opinion where it's like, how do you want to, I guess, show your gender? How do you want to show how you feel? Because, like, if you feel like a girl, you feel like a girl. Yeah. I can't tell you how to feel.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can tell you that there's two genders.
Exactly.
Like, and it's just one of those things where it's like some things is just there's no point in getting mad or just step back, let people do what they're gonna do.
Because some people though they don't have, like you said, the logic to see, you know, where someone else is coming from, or to like put their feelings of like anger or sensitivity to the side just for a sec, so they can try to understand, you know, the place that someone else is coming from. And if you can't do that, you know, and have that conversation, it ain't never gonna fucking go anywhere.
No, people are so quick to just be like, nope, you're wrong. You're wrong. Nope. And it's like...
Well, yeah, then because you got the people, too, that they want to be right, or they want to, like, tell someone that they're wrong.
They can't admit that they're wrong.
Throw it in someone's face. Like, they get off on it. Some people fucking get off on that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. People just, they're so stuck in their ways, and it's like times change.
Yeah.
And I think that might be a problem, is things have changed so fast within the last decade. It's like whiplash, like social shock, where people just like, I don't know how to react to this.
Yeah. Like
5-10 years ago, there's no talk about transgender like there is now. And after a few years, they're like, yeah, like they want all this stuff, and it's like, I get it, like y'all want to feel accepted, you want to feel included.
Yeah.
But understand the shock this is to society.
Yes.
Like, we don't know how to handle this because we haven't been through this.
Yeah.
Like, gay people are still fighting for rights, and now you're saying you're a completely different gender?
In the way, like you said, there's a different way to go about it.
Yeah.
Like, people have to be accepting of it on their own, willingly.
And the harder you push, the harder the pushback.
As opposed to people, like I said, willingly accepting it and then being force-fed it and basically being told, like, this is what it is because I believe this.
Yep.
So you have to believe it too. That's where the problem comes in. Like you said, people have to just, like, all right, be what you want to be. Like, accept that, like, you have the freedom to even do that.
Yeah.
There's some places where you can't fucking...
Man, like the Middle East is crazy.
Stand out with the sign, and say, like, I'm a transgender, like, I don't believe, you know, like... Some places,
but people don't
if you don't believe the right fucking religion, you fucking get beheaded.
It's crazy some of the places in the world. And it's like, that's the crazy thing, because like with social media, it makes us feel like we're all united. Because you can talk to people all over the world on Twitter, on Facebook. But at the end of the day, we're in our own countries with our own beliefs. And it's like, sometimes you got to sit back and just look at how good you got it.
Yeah.
And it varies by person. Because some people feel like they have more of an uphill battle. Some people really do have more of an uphill battle.
And that is very true.
But
some
it's
people
like,
do.
Yeah, you just got to understand, like, there's places where half the things you do today, you wouldn't be able to do. Like...
Well, people got to even think, like, you know, if you do have an uphill battle, like I said, I mean, I come from a struggling household, you know, and I could have had it way better, but I could have had it way worse. Like, just being born in America, as opposed to being born, like you said, anywhere else in the country.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that gave me a fucking jump already.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
And I was fortunate. I had parents that really cared about me and my brother doing stuff. Yeah. So, like we played sports growing up and everything, traveled to different cities for baseball tournaments and everything. And it's like, we weren't rich. We struggled financially. But my parents were willing to give stuff up. Like,
they made sure.
I had a baseball tournament.
It was important to them.
Yeah, I had a baseball tournament in Kentucky, I think, when I was like 12 years old or some shit like that. And my parents were like, we can't afford you to send you there. And like, I was crushed. Yeah. So what my dad ended up pawning some jewelry and shit to get some money so I could go.
And that's a real fucking parent.
Dude,
right there.
It's crazy. Like, because when I was younger, like, you don't, like, I didn't even know he did that shit. All I know is my parents were like, we'll figure something out. And then, like, I remember them telling me that. I'm like, holy shit. Like, and it just makes you feel so lucky because there's parents that just be like, sorry, man.
Dude, there's parents that'll the other way around and pawn their kids shit so that they can get something for them, whether it be like a gambling addiction or drugs or something like that. Like, it's crazy. And that's, like I said, that's, you know, there's people that are fit to be parents, and there's people that are exceptional, like great parents, and then there's people that just have kids that,
dude, straight up, not everyone should be a parent.
No.
And, like, that's something that sometimes you have to sit back and think about before having a kid, and no one wants to because it's a social norm. Like, everyone has kids. It's like, what you do.
Fuck having a baby mom or a baby dad.
Dude,
like,
right?
What? Like, people just,
I'm in no rush to have a kid.
Like, just having fucking kids. It's like, fuck that, bro. I do not want to just have kids with anybody.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta be so careful with that shit. Because, especially, like, off a hookup or something like that, it's like you met this person once, and now you're having a kid with them.
A whole kid, dude.
Yeah, you're stuck with this person for 18 years, or you're paying child support. And it's like, yeah, it's just one of those things, like, it's not worth it to just do. And again, that's where it comes.
And it's like, that changes your whole life.
Yeah. And some people can't handle that change.
You're doing, like, you know, it can make it could definitely motivate some people and put people, like, have people put the gas on, you know, certain situations.
Figure they'll get their shit together.
Make things better. But it's regardless, like, even if you do have that motor and that mentality after something like that happens, it's going to be hard as fuck. As opposed to when, you know, you don't have a whole nother responsibility.
Yeah.
Like you said, feeding and clothing and housing a whole nother human.
Up. Giving up your own vices. Giving up your own shit. Because, like, now you got diapers, you got to buy all this other shit. You can't afford a drink. Like, you can't smoke like you did. There goes the fucking
weed, and there goes the hanging out with the friends, the bar nights, the fucking,
all the extra
vacations.
responsibility,
the hanging out with the guys, fucking going out, you know, concerts and stuff like that. Man, and then you could, that's why I always say, like, when I have kids, I want it to be, like, I don't want to have unexpected kids either. Like, my mom and dad did it, and, you know, they managed. And like I said, same thing like you said, like, they made sure we had, like, the shit that we needed, and, like, most of the stuff we wanted, and if not all of it. But it was tough, and, like, that's why I always say, like, there's no, like, it doesn't make any sense to me to, like, if it happens, it happens. Like, people slip up, you know, unexpected pregnancies, but, like, to, like, embrace it, like it should be, like, it's like the norm. Like, it's like, fuck that, bro. Like, why wouldn't you want to have your shit together before you have a kid?
Straight up, get a dog first.
You know what I mean?
Get a pet test trial. If, like, you can take care of that. If you got baby
fever, bro, like he said, get a fucking dog.
Like,
give that shit some time.
Because then it's like 10, 15 years. Like, if you can't handle it, like, it's not a lifetime you're taking care of this thing. Like, and that's a dark way to look at it. Like, I love dogs. I got a dog. Still, fucking love them. But it is a much shorter time span. You have to be responsible.
And even if, like, because that's the thing. Like, if you can't fucking keep up with the dog, you ain't gonna be able to keep up with the kid.
Yeah, because dogs are so independent, man.
Dude. Like, and I mean, you gotta
clean
up after it. You gotta clean up after it, and you gotta feed it. But the maintenance, like, as opposed to, like, grooming, a kid.
I mean, there's the thing like grooming.
Emotional, like a kid, like, growing up, through, paying for a kid to go through sports, you know, dealing with the kid with emotional puberty. Trauma, and, like you said, having to work, like, as opposed to when you work, like, your dog misses you. You can leave it in a cage or leave it at home all day.
But,
like,
have to worry about it,
when
man.
when you're fucking raising a kid, you know what I mean? Like, it's different. Like you said, you got to actually be there and be present.
Straight up, my dog's 3. I don't got to worry about a damn thing about this dog, man. Fucking, we'll be hanging out on the porch. I don't even have to worry about him running off the porch. I can go inside, grab something real quick. He just lays there.
That's fire.
If you have a 3-year-old kid, you have to watch that thing like a hawk, man.
Yeah.
Like, they will run off.
Getting into everything.
When I was 3, I was on a leash. I remember going through Meyer. My mom would like have me on a leash because I'd run wherever.
My mom does that with my youngest brother,
and that should be more of a thing, man.
Yeah,
like, leash your kids.
Yeah,
like,
sometimes you had to. Like I said, my mom, she had him on the other day when we were at the beach, and I mean, it's not always the case. Like my youngest brother, he has autism, so it's like he already like, and dude, he's 3, and he's fast. Like, and this motherfucker, dude, he will run. Like, and my mom, I mean, fuck, dude. Like I said, for me, he's fast.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom, you know what I mean? She's going on 50, so it's like she ain't gonna be running after this baby like that. No. Like you said, that leash. Some people are like, "Oh, you can't." It's like, dude,
kids don't know
deep.
shit.
It ain't that deep.
Kids don't know shit.
I'm trying to hold on to my kid because I don't want my kid. It's either this or my kid's gonna run into the road or run into the water. Like fuck.
I can't even look away for 5 seconds because my kid. Like I'm trying to look at this box of cereal on the shelf and my kid's three aisles down.
Or exactly. You fucking run away and get snatched up, or I lose my kid.
These days, you'd think with all the like. Not adoptions.
Abductions.
That's the word.
Yeah. No, yeah, close, I got you. Yeah.
You'd think people would be more pro leash.
Yeah.
Like, because that's not even child abuse. That's responsibility.
No.
If you don't have your dog on a leash, people look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
And some people may look at me crazy for comparing kids to a dog. But when I say come, my dog comes. You tell a kid to come, he's gonna run the other way.
Yeah, no. But I mean, that's just
Like, kids don't listen as well. But they're kids. They don't know better.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important as a parent to be involved and to guide them.
But that's the thing. It's not always like that. Like, some people's kids will come,
True.
And there's some people that you can train your dog, and sometimes your dog's not going to listen.
But that's another. You got to train your kids.
Yes.
Like, they are a ball. When they're born, they are such a blank slate. Mm-hmm. Like, just installing the right things are important.
But that's the difference between like a dog and like a kid and a human. Like a dog, you teach it as a puppy, and you teach it how to act. You teach it how to go to the bathroom, and it learns how to like when to eat and whatnot, and it's all it needs to know for the rest of its life. As opposed to a human, like. Kids got to learn how to crawl, then they got to learn how to walk, then they got to learn how to go to the bathroom, then they got to learn how to talk to people, then they got to learn how to ride a bike and then play sports and shit like.
And you ain't got to worry about someone else training your dog after you're done training it. Like once it learns, like it learns its commands, that's its commands. But like a kid, like they evolve so much as they grow up, and it happens so fast. Like. Even like I got friends with kids, and it's like you don't see them for a little while. You come back, dude. It's like what the fuck?
I know. It's crazy how fucking fast time goes.
It's like I've known, like you feel like you've known the dude for like 2 years, and his kid's aged 5.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like what the fuck? My cousins, man, they're like 6-7 years younger than me.
Yeah, but
like I still see them as like the little ass kids they were when I was growing up. Like,
and then you haven't seen them for a while, and you see them, and it makes you feel fucking old.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
Like, what the fuck, dude? How much time's went by?
Yeah,
shit.
How old are you? You're graduating high school, really?
It's crazy. Yeah, I say that shit too a lot because my family, we don't get together as much as like back in the day. And it just happens, over time, and people pass and whatnot and stuff.
Yeah.
But like when I do, like when I see cousins and stuff that I haven't seen in fucking a long period of time, I'm like, fuck. It just really makes you think how fast time goes by, like how important it is to like appreciate the amount of time that we really have here.
Because you don't even think you're just working. You're going through your everyday business. Next thing you know, you haven't talked to someone in 3 years.
Exactly.
And it's like, what the fuck?
And not even like knowing. Like, it ain't even like something that.
And not even like out of disrespect or anything. Like you just get busy.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
And I think that's another problem. People are so used to the constant communication.
Yeah.
Like, if you fall out from talking to someone, they think, like, you're shunning them or something. It's like, no, like, I'm just caught up.
Yeah,
I can't be on my phone like this all the time. Like,
and that's I'm a guilty person of that. Like, sometimes I just can go, because I'm very introverted.
Yep.
And I do everything by myself. So, like, I could, not talk to people.
Oh, yeah. I never hit people up to chill.
I gotta force myself,
Yeah, I smoked with my one friend, and he's like going off on me. He's like, I call you every time I'm free. I ain't doing nothing. I call you, and you can't even bother to text me back. And it's like, dog, it's not that
like
deep.
that.
It's not like, I
like
swear,
that.
I'm chilling. Yeah. I love being home. I love my me time. And it's like, I swear it's not you. Yeah. I love chilling with people. It's cool to socialize, but I'm so bad at hitting people up to hang out.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, everybody's different. Some people, like, communicate more frequently and, you know, in different ways. And I'm one of those people, too. Like I said, like, I could love the shit out of you, but, like, I might forget to, like, call you. Like, I'll tell myself, like, I should call this person. And then it might be, like, 4 or 5 days go by and I haven't talked to you.
Straight up. And
it's not that I don't, you know, love you or I haven't thought about you, but I just haven't, you know. Yeah. Like you said, you get fucking busy.
And it sucks because, like, you will be busy. They'll hit you up. You're like, man, like, I can't right now. Like, I hit you up tomorrow, though. And then, like you were saying, a week goes by. You're like, fuck, I still got to hit him up.
Exactly.
And now you're doing it out of guilt. Like, you're not mad about it. You hang out. You're like, man, I'm glad I did this.
Yeah.
But, like, you feel bad because, like, you didn't do it when you said you were going to do it because you just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so
you'll be at work. You're like, I'm going to get off. I'm going to hit up my dude. We're going to kick it. You get off work, smoke a little, and you're like, I'm taking a nap.
Flat out. Or sometimes you just fucking get home and you're like, all right, yeah, I'll hit you up when I get home. And then you get home and you smoke a little bit or whatever. You cut the grass or you're like, I'm going to go to the gym. And then you go to the gym and then, like you said, you get done and you fucking get out the shower and you're not even thinking like, yeah, I told this dude I was going to hit him up. And before you know it, time just fucking went by like that.
Yeah, and that's another thing about working out is it does eat up a lot of your social life.
Yeah.
But again, that depends how hard you want to go at it.
Mm-hmm.
You can work out at home, like give like 2 minutes 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And that will almost be more beneficial than doing one 30-minute, hour-long workout because you can put more effort into each individual exercise.
And you could crank up the intensity.
Yeah, so it's like,
finding time is hard, and there's different shit. Like for me, I was going to the gym in the morning for a little bit because it was helping me to have more time.
Yeah,
when I got off work,
because that's when you want time when you get off work.
Exactly, and it's sometimes by the time you get off work, you're fucking tired. Yeah. So it's like having to find the energy to get to the gym and whatnot and stuff like that. So, but then at the same time, it's hard as fuck to wake up early. So it's like, but it's risk reward.
I wish I could work out in the morning, man. Yeah. Even when I have tried to, I just don't feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
Working through the day and going afterwards, it gives my body time to wake up. I feel fresh. Where when I go in the morning, I'm just stiff. My body's still waking up.
Yeah.
The first thing I'm doing in the morning is deadlifting, and my body's like, "What the fuck are we doing, man?"
Yeah.
We're usually in bed right now.
I try to, when I do that, like I try to get up a little bit earlier. Like and like it helps too if I stretch like in the morning before I go.
I need to start
like my
stretching
little
more.
routine and whatnot. Makes a fucking huge difference.
Yeah, it does. And that's another thing where it's like there's times when I'm just chilling at home watching TV, YouTube, whatever it is, where it's like I could take 2 minutes to stretch. It doesn't take that long. I don't gotta give it an hour, do anything like that.
Sometimes you ain't even thinking about it.
Don't even need equipment. Yep. I got room in my room. I can lay down on the floor, put a mat out or something, and just bust out some stretches. But it's one of those things where, like, it takes so much effort just to, like, think about it. Because you don't think about it.
Exactly.
You're not used to it. It's not something that you're just like, oh, I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's one of those things, like, you'll think about it at one time when you can't actually do it at that moment.
Yeah.
You're like, next time I'm in this situation, I got a stretcher. Like, I'm going to start stretching. And then that time comes, but you're not thinking about it then.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, what am I going to watch?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's one of the things, like, if you incorporate it into a routine.
Yeah.
And you just start to become accustomed to doing it, and you're like, this is what I do.
That's what it comes down to.
Then it becomes a little bit easier.
Once it's a routine. Because then it's like, if you don't do it, you feel like you're missing something.
Yeah.
Like.
For sure. For sure. Shit. Fucking 10 p.m.
Holy shit.
Dude, we rolled the good. Fucking, we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of talking.
For real. We went hard. But I mean, shit. There's still stuff, that I want to catch up on. But I mean, we hit a lot of shit. I'm glad that you fucking came by and chopped it up because, like I said, I was interested in knowing about the competitions and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
In the gym. I mean, seeing you in the gym, fucking every time I see you and then we stop, we fucking chop it up for a good fucking 10, 15 minutes. Like, I gotta have them on.
It's always good catching up, man.
Yeah, especially, too, I mean, having different people on here, you know, but me and you talked a lot about, I know a lot about gym shit and whatnot, but, I mean, I know there's people that are gonna fucking watch it and then draw some inspiration, you know what I mean? Because whether it be me fucking, you know, getting in shape, losing weight, you, like I said, someone that was fucking always in shape, but not what you want. You wanted to be bigger. You know, that was something that you had to work towards.
I mean, shit, I put 40 pounds on in the last 6 years. It's like, that's like, when you look at it on the scale, like just looking at the numbers, you don't think about it. Yeah. But then when you actually look at the difference, like 40 pounds, that's a big difference, dude, man.
Like, I mean, someone that's the thing. Someone that is meeting you tomorrow for the first time, they don't know. Yeah. They don't even know. But like, I know. Like I said, like I can tell that you're bigger, just like someone like me too. You know what I mean?
On the other end, like you lose 40 pounds, like that is such a noticeable difference.
And like you said, me and you, like now that you've been a little bit bigger now for a while, like you said, there's days where it's like you don't know.
Oh yeah, you're then looking in the mirror like
me,
man.
like. I haven't seen you in a minute, and I see you at the gym. I'm like, damn, dude, you're looking big. And then you're like, all right, like, I'm doing something right. You know what I mean?
I'm always like, well, you called me in the gym, man. Of course I look big. Like, I got a pump right now. But
I know, and I always say this. I'm like, fuck, like, I'm like stagnant. You know, I'm like maybe trying to cut a little bit more weight. And then it's like, then I go over to my mom's, and she's like, oh, you're looking slimmer. I'm like, all right, right on. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep doing my thing. Because sometimes, like you said, the motivation might fizzle out. You know, the discipline might be lacking a little bit. Getting those little fucking, you know, getting those little boosts of confidence from outside sources are nice, but just can't be really becoming reliant on them. You know?
Definitely. But, like, when you, like, those times where you start feeling like, oh, I'm being lazy, stuff like that, those times are important because that means you do care. Yeah. Because if you fall out of the gym but you don't care about it, then, like, you're never going to get back for, like, 2 years. And once you look in the mirror again, you're like, what the fuck?
Like you said, sometimes you get to a better state or better place. Yeah. Like, from, like, the falling off, like I said, because the bounce back sometimes is just so much, like, you know, sometimes you need it. Yeah. You know, shit just becomes too normal and sometimes it's just too routine.
Especially, like, with really intense training, like, for as much as I know about how I should train, I don't follow that shit. Like deload weeks where you're supposed to step back on the weight, fuck that. If I feel good, like I'll pull what I feel like I can pull. I'm pretty reckless about it.
And that's the thing.
And it destroys the body. Yeah. And it's like, that's when taking that month, 2 month off kind of starts to play an effect because you get all that recovery that you weren't able to get because, dude, you shouldn't deadlift heavy twice a week. Like, they say, like, a max deadlift, it takes at least 10 days to recover from.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, if you're, like, deadlifting should not honestly be done at a high intensity every time you do it. Yeah. And it's not that I fail to understand it. I just don't incorporate it. That's why I wish I had a coach. Someone to tell me what weights to do. Yeah. Because, like, I definitely feel the consequences. I push my back will be a little sore. Like, I'll push myself through it. Still, like, work up to, like, usually, like, 495 is my target. Like, if I can hit that, I feel good. Like, cool. Hell yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like, there's days I definitely shouldn't. Yeah. Like, I'm pulling 405, I'm like, fuck, my back doesn't feel great. But it's moving. Yeah. And it's like, having that discipline, that's the thing. Like, it's so important. And, I mean, I'm still learning. Like, everybody, you can always get better. And it's important to break yourself down to learn where you can improve.
100%.
Instead of just being content, like, oh, I know what I'm doing.
And knowing your limits and knowing that, like, it's okay to only be able to do X amount. Yeah. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And to know that you are not going to be able to do Y at this moment. Yep. But if you continue to do X and continue to have consistency, eventually you're going to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, you don't have to try and deadlift 400 or 500 pounds. That is absurd weight. Like, yeah. And especially with where, like, the risk to reward ratio comes in, man. It's like, as if your form's not perfect, even if it is, like, anything can happen with that weight. So like, man, I just think people should deadlift like once, twice a month just to do it because it's so functional.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like, I would never tell anyone that they have to try and be the strongest they can be.
Yeah.
Like, do it for like 8 to 10 reps. You don't have to go for that 1, 2, 3 rep range where it's really heavy. Like, just do it. Get your body accustomed to the movement.
Yeah.
Because the functionality just through the roof. It works every legs, core, back. Like, it's so beneficial. This is one exercise I would say everyone should do is deadlift.
Yeah.
To some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, next to squats, it's irreplaceable.
Get those fucking compound lifts in.
Yup. They hit everything.
And just get some training in.
Dude, and even with biceps.
Whatever it may
Everybody loves doing curls and shit.
Yeah.
Chin-ups.
Okay.
Chin-ups are the way to go. Look at gymnasts, man.
Yeah.
Fuck you remember Mac Nadigal?
Yeah.
Dude was fucking jacked because of all that body weight stuff. Chin-ups are a compound movement for your biceps.
I incorporated, probably within the last year, pull-ups, chin-ups for my, what pull-ups are...
Palms away.
Yeah.
So supinated
and then chin-ups.
Chin-ups.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
For back, doing pull-ups, yeah.
Yeah, pull-ups would be more
and
back.
I'm still, like, the max I can get now. I worked my way up to, like, M1. Like, if I'm fresh, might be able to get, like, a good 7 in there.
Hey, man, it's something.
But I remember, I'm like, shit, dude. I remember the first day I went to do one, bro, and I was like, do I even want to try to do this? Because that's, like you said, one of those things. I'm at the gym.
Yep.
Everybody's around, bro. I'm either going to be able to do one, bro, and maybe 2, or I'm not going to. And I remember that shit was fucking hard, but
man, you got to start somewhere.
I can remember doing that, and now I'm doing 7, so who's to say fucking in another year or 2 I won't be doing 14. Shit.
And that's another, like, in the sense of functionality. You hanging off a cliff or something, like, I mean, it's probably never going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, these days, you're not living in the wild. You're not hanging from tree branches, having to pull yourself up. But could you? Like, being able to pull yourself up, that's almost like a survival move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, like, the importance of things like that beyond, like, just the strength aspect. Like, just being able to move your own body weight is just, it's important, man.
Being healthy and being strong is a good thing.
Yeah. And
it's something that, like, not everybody has to, you don't have to be the strongest and you don't have to look the best and whatnot. Definitely. But I think what it all comes down to is being healthy. Being healthy and being in good shape and taking care of your body. And then when you take good care of your body, it helps you take better care of your mind, and whatnot. And it all coincides. Yeah, good habits create good habits. That is one of my favorite things to tell people because it's true. Yeah. Like I said, I used to drink. I'd either drink a little bit or I'd be getting fucked up. I started working out and I was like, one, financially is either weed or fucking alcohol. I had to pick because both at a high level is not a good way to go. Yeah. So one, I chose weed just because beneficial, helps with recovery, helps relax you, just overall, I think better. Yeah. A lot of people would agree, I feel like. But also it's like alcohol doesn't fit with the same goals as someone trying to get healthy. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to pick or choose. Like we were saying, moderation. Just drink every now and again, have a beer or 2, but don't go crazy. Mm-hmm. But for me, just not enjoying it to begin with really is easy to cut out because, like I said, it didn't line up with my goals. And then next step is going to be my diet, sleep, things like that. That will sleep, the benefits of getting proper sleep, it's insane. Through the roof, man. It's so underappreciated. I know. But it's so hard. It is. We had this talk. It's so hard. Flat out. No, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of different key factors that go into it, And it's it's easy to get overwhelmed to think about all at once, but just starting off anywhere. That's just it. Starting off slow. And even if like you said, moderation, I feel like is key to life, but I mean, who am I to say that, if you want to go out and get fucking wasted 5 days a week and you still pay your bills and you take care of your family and whatnot, that's what you want to do.
Yeah. If you're taking care of business, I guess do what you want to do.
Whatever life you choose to live, You just got to be ready to take whatever comes with it. So.
Plus, I mean, with drinking, I mean, if it relaxes you, like, you don't want to be stressed out all the time. If having a beer calms you down, brings your blood level down and everything, like, or blood pressure, it's one of those things where it's like, if you can find the benefit of it, like, there's a lot of benefits in red wine. Like, they say there's studies backing that up, like having a glass of wine at night or something like that. Yeah. So it's like, there's definitely benefits to things, but again, it's not in volume. Like, you want to moderately take it in.
Yeah.
Anything's bad in extremes.
Excessiveness.
Like, drink 2 gallons of milk a day. You're not going to be feeling good.
Yeah, exactly.
But milk has a lot of nutrients in it. So, like, having milk daily is important, but you don't want to overdo it. Same with water. You can drown yourself if you drink too much water too fast.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
Like, yeah, everything has risks when you do it too much.
Exactly.
Like,
and no one, I mean, like I said, and everybody's different, so.
Yep.
It's all about knowing yourself. Knowing yourself and fucking taking care of yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
At the end of the day. But an easy way, I mean, one of the easiest ways, in my opinion, is you know, getting some exercise.
Yep.
Training. Finding some method of training that works for you.
And, like, if you don't exercise at all, you just got to go for walks. Do more than what you do today.
That is exercise, though.
Yeah. It's great cardio. Because the problem with jogging, everyone loves to jog. It's a lot of stress on the knees, constantly bouncing in that.
Yes,
You're better off either doing long walks because you get that distance, the distance and the steps, but without the shock on your knees, or doing sprints. Yeah, really high intensity, short interval stuff like that, like wind sprints. Yeah, because there is shock on the knees, but it's for a short period. So it like. You may pull a hamstring if you're not warmed up properly. Yeah. But, like, if you're warmed up properly, like, sprints are such a good way to do cardio compared to running for 5 miles.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, especially on, like, a treadmill or pavement.
Yeah, that shit kills your joints.
If you got, like, a field or, like, somewhere with grass, I'm sure it's different, softer ground and everything. Yeah. But, yeah, like, running on the sidewalk for 30 minutes straight, just, man, I don't know how people do it.
Stress on the knees, stress on the ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just...
Even the hips.
Yeah.
It stresses all those points. And it's nice, and that's the thing. It's like, it's not like it's bad, but...
Yeah, it's
one of those things, you know, you just had to be worried about.
Yep. Like, in most things, there's going to be a risk with it.
Exactly.
Like, nothing is going to guarantee perfect anything. Like, people get hurt doing light weights. Like, every time I've gotten hurt deadlifting, it's in my warm-ups. Yeah. Like, if I'm feeling good, I'm pulling real quick, my form gets a little sloppy, my hips shift a little bit, and next thing I know, I'm calling it. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, if you do anything recklessly, there's going to be consequences. Yeah. Just
becoming educated. You got to make sure that you become educated on whatever it is you're trying to get into.
Yep. Never act like you know everything, man. There's always something to learn.
Oh, yeah. Trying to act like you know everything, it'll only get you so far. Yep. Then you'll figure out you don't know shit.
Not learning, you're not living.
Exactly. That's a good one. You ain't learning, you ain't living.
Yep.
You guys fucking heard it. But shit, G, it was nice fucking having you come by.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate you having me.
I'm glad we got to chop it up. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to keep fucking... keeping tabs on, hopefully, I mean, after you fucking get, you know, if you do end up having to get surgery or whatever, once you get back into it, bro, and fucking hopefully get back to doing some more of those competitions, dude, that'll be dope.
I mean, that's the goal. I mean, people come back from surgery all the time.
I'm
not worried about it, like,
and especially that, you know, it's not going to be anything. Yeah. It's definitely something that can be overcome.
I'll figure it out, you know.
But, I mean, you're going to have fucking Saquon Barkley legs anyway. If you're going to fucking be working out the legs.
For the first time in my life. My legs been scrawny forever, man.
For real. But, no, yeah, definitely, bro. I'm glad you came by. We'll have to fucking do this shit again. So, this is Kicking It with Kist, my dog, Jeff Mainhardt. It was nice to see you, my guy.
Oh, yeah. Always.
I'll be seeing you at the gym. So this is for all you motherfuckers that need to hear it. Get off your ass.
Man.
Get off your ass. Yeah, get after it. And you will see the results.
Oh, you know,
maybe not right away, but keep fucking pushing.
Can always be better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. Peace out.